We'll say that for the next segment.
It's a whole nother, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. If I'm an artist, which I am, and I want to do some form of a performance, what do I have to do for your festival?
With me?
Yes, sir.
Like you in particular, or
Let's
the proverbial you?
Let's say if it was either me or even somebody at the table, because everybody at the table is artists.
Well, if you want to do something Majapalooza this year, you beat, because this is week. You beat.
What about that?
Starring Timothy Brown, Cool Cat, Brittany Carter, TK, Major things popping off in the Port City.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got TK, Cool Kev, Queen Brittany, and Timothy Raw. We are Great Apes Cafe, live and direct on the airwaves. And you know how y'all been doing? You know,
good, man.
We got a guest today. His name is Maja. I've been wanting this man to do an episode for a minute. It been at least 52, 53 weeks I've been wanting this man to do a damn episode. And if memory serves me right, what is 52 weeks in a year? You know what I mean? So it's been a year. I've been wanting this man to be on the episode, so I'm actually happy you here.
Likewise, man.
Yeah. How y'all been though? Everybody been good?
I had a hell of a day, but I'm great now.
I hear that. What you mean you had a hell of a day? What you done do?
I just had a hell of a day.
One of those days.
You know.
I had a wild day too.
It's just a lot of shit.
Makes sense.
Nothing bad.
No, I've been drinking all day. So y'all judge me all y'all want.
You ain't had to go to work. You ain't had to ride nobody around.
Oh, no.
You in the comforts of your own
That's
home.
very true. Right. Absolutely. And she shouldn't have no shame about it at all. I'm going to drink to that. Absolutely.
Just like the police. But moving on.
Not the popo. Not the popo, though. Not the popo. But how you been, Major? What you been up to, Chief?
Chilling, man. I've been out the way lately, you know, taking care of my health. And, you know, we got you. Okay. Dude.
Wait.
No, keep that in there. So, we got my friend Major here, y'all. We doing the podcast today, y'all. And you know, children, shout out to the toddlers and 5-year-olds, you know. They can't help it. You know, they can't help but have energy, you know.
Shout out to all my kids. Well, I sounded like Nick Cannon just now.
Young boy, but I wasn't gonna say that.
I was like, shout out to all my kids. I got 4, but
you got 4. Okay. Numbers on the board.
Gray hairs on the chin.
God, all right. See, I'm trying to crank that 2 and through. 2 and through, really, for me. But
you said 4, right? That's a blessing.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
It no, wait a second. I gotta agree with him on that. I was that main one hollering like,
how many you got?
I'm cool for.
Oh, you got 4 too. What are the ages?
16, 12, 4 next month, and my baby just turned 1.
Oh yeah, we about I got 13, 11.
Talking to Mike.
13, 11, 5, and 9 months.
Okay.
No, 10 months.
Right. Yeah, get the mic closer to you.
So they are actually close. So you know, because when they like gapped out like that, everybody got different shit going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's everybody got different shit going on. So that is really what it is. Like for me, I'll be like, damn.
Right.
I can't relate, but I see it. Shout out to my aunts and uncles who got like 4 or 5 children. I see what they got to go through, and they be doing a little bit. Yeah. I feel like to have 4 children on different ages, you got to be really versatile on different problems. One got a binky problem, while others in high school having some high school issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, and don't get me wrong, because I love being a mom. Like I love being a mom, but what makes me love being a mom is just because I just have intention of growing my lineage.
Right.
You know, like there's an intention behind me being a mom. So I love that factor. But to say that I don't get motherfucking tired, okay, I get tired. Like
he said, "Oh man, so you relate, you understand."
My 5-year-old me through ringer.
Yeah.
God.
My little girl is peaceful. I mean, now 10 months. So,
Okay, 10 months. Okay. I got 9 months. Okay.
Yeah, so we right there.
Okay, that
All
means
these
you've
kids
been.
back to back.
I don't know if it was
You've been getting it in.
I got I have my daughter. And then a month later I got congestive heart failure. So I don't know if that's I don't know if that's like a premonition. Like you got someone.
It's a wake up call. What you need to do.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
That's what that is.
It.
Yeah, gotta be here.
Yeah,
I don't know if my
here.
man can stand with me, but I don't know we on the same side. Y'all keep having them, so we ain't got to.
Let me interject.
We love the kids.
That's the kid free side.
I'm gonna go ahead. That's the kid free side. Yeah. See, I'm in the middle. I got 2. Y'all both got 4. But let me interject.
We remember all the birthdays and Christmas.
Right.
I've been dreaming about a whole lot of damn fish now.
Look.
I've been dreaming about a whole lot of fish.
Boy, you guys still got fish in the bucket.
Well, we know who it ain't.
I tell you.
Okay.
Whole lot of fish. It ain't me now. It's almost impossible.
I'm done now. It's over.
Yeah, I feel the same.
It's over.
Well,
Why you say so? What you mean it's over?
Yeah, I'm no more.
What we said? What you still?
Yeah. But
What you mean?
hey, look, I'm a better shooter now. Though. Ain't no clubs I'm trying to shoot up anymore.
Come on, man.
I come in peace. I ain't shoot nobody club.
You coming in please talking some onigani quiga.
Yeah.
I should have been a Trojan stockholder.
Yeah,
I don't play with them.
Yeah, I'm good.
Facts. What that said on your sweater? I feel like I saw that before.
Oh, the defensive line club, man.
Okay.
Shout out to my partner, Terrence Williams, man. That's my cousin. He owns the Beast Behavior clothing line. He owns the running back club. He has his own clothing line and he has his own apparel. Trains athletes. Yeah, he actually trains Alex Highsmith.
Yo.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I ain't even a Pittsburgh. I ain't even. Well, let me interject because I'm not a Steelers fan. I'm sorry.
But I'm an Alex Highsmith fan. I'm just not a Steelers fan.
You ain't got to like them.
I'm not a Steelers fan. Y'all might clown me. Y'all might clown. I ain't like some of these fans. Like they only jumping on the bandwagon for the winning
Our
team.
standards suck, but that's my team.
I've been a Giants fan before I knew who the Giants was.
Yeah, I'm a Jets fan.
Okay, so you understand. Okay.
I'm dedicated to
Okay.
players.
Steelers Nation.
You ain't dedicated to players?
I'm dedicated to players. I'm not
I always
dedicated
like
to
Green
teams.
Bay.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
It's true.
disagree with you 25%.
The only team I've been dedicated to was
Don't say Patriots.
no, but I was dedicated to Tom Brady.
Okay.
So I'll be honest.
I bet you was.
Yeah, but forever, like forever though.
I ain't gonna lie, Tom Brady do be putting numbers on the
but
board.
You know what I started liking Tom Brady for?
What's that?
His wife. His wife is real spiritual.
I didn't know
She's
that.
spiritual, all right.
Yeah.
But she seems so spiritual that she gotta
exit. She
run
got
away, love.
Yeah. Now, but nah, the
Y'all
only
leave that
team
woman
the
alone.
only
We don't
team
know why
I
they
ever
got that
been-
divorce.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't know why
Yeah,
we
we
got
don't
she
know
got
the
the
story,
Shout
right?
out
But
to
the
them.
only team I've ever been dedicated to was
Don't say Cowboys.
college basketball. Duke
Interview over
University.
Duke. Sorry. No.
And if she a Duke fan.
Yes, I am.
Tar Heel, we did.
Since I was about 10 years old.
Hey,
It is what it is.
But
dude.
I came over to Steelers only because my pops was a diehard Steelers fan. I'm
So
talking
my
about,
dad
like,
is a
before
Steelers fan.
I mean, before Pop Warner was Pop Warner right here in Wilmington playing for the Steelers. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
And I went from having Leftwich playing on the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was looking at.
All right.
And he went over to Steelers, but they ain't never played because Ben was a monument and a statue. And finally, he's just now getting out of the game.
Yep.
God, thank you for your service, but it's no longer needed. We're gonna try to power through this.
Right.
But it's the season. It's a season.
Fact.
Yeah.
So you
man.
just gonna bust out a York peppermint patty in the
Yeah.
middle of this
Oh,
shit?
this is what happened. All right, so
It's no more on the table, bro.
I need to go get some more.
Damn.
This is what
Black
happened,
people
y'all.
quit.
I'm sorry. Squirrel. It's like, damn.
I'm the only.
We didn't even see the
I
hands
ain't
come
even
out.
really met anybody who like Yorks, like how I do, right? So I'm surprised.
Oh. Okay.
I am
See,
surprised.
is it like that for us though? York peppermint patties is like the last bowl in the grandmama candy dish. You don't want it, but it's in there if you really want to get
love
it.
I buy them regularly.
I bought a
we
whole
all
bag.
left that little yellow candy sitting in grandmama drawer.
Right.
I always pick the one with the strawberry in the middle of it. Those are my-
Right.
But I eat Yorks. I just had one yesterday.
So,
yeah.
So I guess I'm a bit bougie. I haven't brought my children out to trick or treat yet, but I went to.
What? It's like the
Hear me out. Y'all can judge me. I don't trust anybody. I agree with Charlemagne. Charlemagne said he don't trust. I don't trust anybody. Yeah, I remember I was little. I went trick or treating. I found glass in my candy. Right?
Oh, for real?
So I went. Damn, I'm not from.
Oh, you from East? Oh, you from?
Yeah, but I'm from Jersey.
No, but he's from East New York.
They don't know.
East New York is like its own planet.
Who's
that dude?
Yo, it's like New York, East New York. It's like it's kind of like the Bronx. Like that's like its own planet.
Who was that white dude they just caught doing that? Like he was poisoning. He was putting some stuff in the kids.
That was gummies.
Was it gummies?
He was putting gummies in there.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah,
See?
I don't trust it. I have anxiety. I've never experienced them. I'm eating New York, right?
While you getting that together, well, I'll have a transparent moment with y'all.
Uh-oh.
We had a trunk or treat for my daughter's birthday party.
Shout out to Egypt.
Me and my kids didn't go trick or treating.
Exactly.
They trick or treated at the trunk or treat I hosted at home.
Okay.
Facts.
And they had so much candy left over.
That's right.
Yeah. And then I ended up buying more candy. So I can't say nothing because
you gotta relate. So you relate to it.
Yeah, because I trick or treated when I was younger and it was super fun. But I have taken my kids in like the past few years, aside from the years where we couldn't because of COVID. And to be honest, it's just not the same. You know, people don't have the same energy of Halloween out in the area that So I'm not speaking for all areas. Yeah. Out in the area where I am, they don't have that same energy, you know, for Halloween and make it exciting and fun. So it's quite like, well,
right.
So I like to do fun stuff.
And I can imagine having anxiety though. Damn, I gotta check your candy. I never forget. So when I ate the glass candy, like I was chewing on it, and before it was like sort of like a Boston. It wasn't a Boston bean, but it's sort of like a Boston bean. Anyway, I'm eating on the candy before I'm chewing on it. I'm pause no homo. I'm sucking on the candy, but I felt something sharp and I spit it out. I don't even know the words. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Apes Cafe. We live and direct on the airwaves. Major, sis. So y'all both got 4 kids.
Yep.
How y'all even?
We got a whole Brady bunch together.
I see y'all got a Brady bunch.
Team.
I'm with it though. Like
number 5.
No.
No, I thought you was like, I'm with it. Like,
all right, I'll be.
When she was like, I was like
5.
I really don't want to have another baby. And I'll just be honest with y'all. I have a daughter now, so I really don't have the same desires.
Nah, you met your match.
I had to try again.
Right,
because I had 3 sons before I had my daughter.
Hey, me too.
Yep, that's how it happened.
Okay.
So it was like,
do you feel like the daughters change you? So the daughters have make y'all stop doing?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like for men, like one of my friends, he literally told me, Tim, all my fuckery got thrown out the window the moment that I had a daughter.
Yeah.
Like he's like, Tim, I gotta be like you.
Can I be honest? Even as a woman, a lot of my fuckery just went out the window. I'm not gonna lie. Because I would still do some bullshit from time to time. But I don't know. Like when I had my daughter, the energy is different. Like how I feel with her is different. You know what I'm saying? It's no bias because anybody that knows me knows how much I love my sons. Like those are the loves of my life.
Trust me, I saw Mother Mode angry a long time ago. Well, not really a long time ago. But,
yeah, I go hard for my sons. Those my babies. You know, nobody love a mom like her son.
I feel that.
But my daughter, even though she's only 1, like we have this weird connection to where it just don't feel the same as it does with my sons. You know what I'm saying?
That's quite
I
right.
feel like she's modeling me in a different way than they do because she's only 1 and she be like trying to drag my pocketbook around and you know she got the lip gloss and you know
not the lip gloss already.
She love her little baby dolls and stuff like that. So I feel like I feel more pulled to be a better example.
Shout out to y'all having. Shout out to the parent and
that's
shout out to the real
yeah.
parents out here actually persevering and doing what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
That's tedious. But I've been dreaming about a whole lot of fish.
Yeah. Y'all have them.
I'm
the best auntie. I'm the best auntie. I'm trying to tell you. I will love your kids.
I'm just like,
I got y'all.
I've been dreaming about
my money on Kel.
Yeah.
A school of barracuda. Good God. Barracuda swim fast now. That's one of the fastest swimming fish
Bring
in the
us
ocean.
one. Bring one over. A baby.
I'm adopting workers. Any child that's willing to. No, we don't promote chocolate, but no. Come on, bring them one, man. Like,
I'm done.
Y'all talking about.
I couldn't have another. Yo, I'll be real. I couldn't have a little me. It is what it is.
I think children humble you though.
Yo, I couldn't have me.
But it's in our. Don't you think?
Could.
Let me interject. Don't you think it's built within us an innate ability or wanting to have something that lives longer than you?
No. Not everybody.
I mean,
not everybody's built that way.
I think
not
so.
Everybody.
People make legacies for that.
But I'm gonna tell you why I say I think so.
Let me hear your perspective.
Because you have to take out the humanity perspective of it and just break it down to science.
Okay.
Like, if you break down the science part, we're meant to reproduce.
We are meant to reproduce.
Like from a no feelings relationship, close.
That's true.
And
that's true.
Like scientifically, we're meant to reproduce.
I agree with you 100%.
Species going. The same way fish, birds,
right?
Dog, like
1,000%.
Like if you put it in that, not because dogs, fish, bear, whatever, they don't have the conscience like a human to say, I don't want to have kids. At least theoretically. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know that too, I don't know that for fact, but just from
you're gonna have that thought. You're gonna have
I agree.
Definitely I touch on that
a little bit.
Yeah.
I agree in procreation. I agree that we were meant to procreate.
But
at the same time,
the butt part.
It's hard for me to say that when I know women who have had 5 abortions because they just don't want to have kids.
I agree.
Oh my God.
But I feel like not everybody wants
I know
to
somebody
be
who got
parent,
I trained somebody. I had to interject.
Well, I guess that's because humans have choice.
Right.
Like dogs can't have an abortion.
Right.
That whole 10,
you know what I'm saying?
I know somebody who had 10 abortions, y'all. 10.
Well, wait a minute. Wait, when you touch on choice, you got to touch on why a mother and a father of one kid is about to go into court over that child being identified as something else. I got to look at that. Like Dwayne Wade and his actual birth mother, the child that's transgender now are getting. She's taking him to court because she feels like he ushered in.
But I do agree,
the gender change.
and I do agree with Dwayne Wade.
Me too.
On the premise of this, y'all. Wait, do you even know who my child is?
No.
When's the last time you sat there and had a conversation with my child?
You talking about like in relevance to him talking to the mom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she been out.
She been out the picture.
Because he got full custody.
He got, but she ain't even.
I remember.
But it
was ugly for him.
Yeah. But like he literally like, hey, you gotta, if you want to talk to your child, go ahead and let's set up an appointment. A date, whatever. That never happened. She's like, no, I don't want to deal with it. Mm-hmm. Now you want to make something out of something for the sense of financial gain. I think that's
you made a life, but you can't. You can never control the choices of that life. If I touch on that, like I touch on Master P and his daughter. His daughter, God rest in peace. Rest in peace to her. She died of an overdose.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like you can have everything. You can set somebody up for life. You cannot choose the choices of the life that you gave.
I actually raised my children on that same.
Yeah,
belief.
Yeah.
Now, there are boundaries, there are rules, and in a sense, there are expectations to a certain degree. But once they get a certain age, like you have to start teaching them how to make choices on their own.
Facts.
And in my opinion, by the time like my oldest son is 16.
Shout out to your oldest son.
Shout out to my baby. Yeah, he's a phenomenal young guy. Oh. But he's in the 11th grade, meaning he's going to be leaving home really soon.
Okay.
When he graduates, right? And in my mind, personally, I have always felt like I wanted him to be prepared for life when he left home and make
Right.
some mistakes at home before he left. You know?
Very true.
And in order for him to do that, I have to let him make some choices on
That's
his own.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
scary,
I can't
though.
dictate his
I can
life.
feel
you
that
know?
right here. I can feel your
Right.
emotion right now. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
because I don't want
tough.
to. I can't. I don't want. I don't. But he broke me because let me also say my oldest son is gay, and that is
Okay.
something that in the beginning, prior to him coming out to me, I had a belief against, right?
Mhm.
Even though I never judged people or treated them different, still I had that belief in the back of my head that that was something that was not okay, right?
Mm.
But he broke a lot of those beliefs that I had
That's
in me
right.
and that control that I felt like I wanted him to be who I wanted him to be, and that wasn't fair of me, and I feel that,
Right.
because I am a very liberal person. No, my mom has never been able to get me to be who she wanted
You
me to be.
compromise for your son because you love your son.
Not only did I compromise, but I gained a lot of knowledge. Like I
Facts,
educated
facts.
myself for my
Good,
son.
good.
That's right.
Yeah, I
Good.
educated
That's
myself
real
for my
love.
son.
That's right. That's right.
So
it
look,
wasn't-
Yeah.
because imagine the parents. Well, I'm getting at. Imagine you parents who don't compromise and willing to learn, even if it's something that you're not comfortable with.
That's
Yeah.
unconditional love.
That's unconditional.
For real.
Yeah,
Which
man,
mean that
I want them to fuck up here. Fuck up here.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you fuck up here, then I could be like, okay, so this is what you could do. These your
Right.
options. You know what I'm saying?
But
You
life
can-
being what it is, you understand
Yeah.
that that's something that you got to
Yeah.
let go of and leave that
Absolutely.
and let that person live and walk their journey. And no matter what, let them find where they're going.
Yeah.
We none of us here at this table knew where we were going to be
Right.
at 20
Right.
years ago.
Right.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I
None of
fully
My
agree.
favorite saying
Very
that I
true.
say to people is you will spend God bless. You will spend more time with your children as adults than you will with them as children. So understand, they're not here for you to control them or dictate their lives. You're just here to set them up for the race. You
Right,
know.
right.
So it's not for
that's
you to
heavy.
control them because if your kid lives to be an adult and then they live to be 50, 60 and you live to be 70, 80. You know what I'm saying? How
Right,
many
right.
years have you spent with your kid as
Right.
an adult? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So
Yeah.
we're not really here to control these beings and make them who we want them to
But
be.
the main
No.
thing I figure like as a new parent, I'm still considered a new parent, is teaching the child to have a form of self-discipline.
Yeah. That's where
If
the
they have
morality and all that.
the
integrity
morality,
and all
if
that
my
stuff
child
is
can have
right.
self-discipline, I feel like
Principle.
principality,
Yes.
self-discipline, moral fiber. If they can have that, I think I'm fucking Gucci.
I'm
'cause
thankful that
my
I
children
had
don't
that.
need to be nothing like me. I was the devil's
But that's
advocate.
why I was scared. Like saying that, like I'm scared because I was a certain way. I was groomed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
I had
right.
etiquette. I had
But we
stuff
gotta
like that.
understand as parents, our children, and this is where I
I
butt my
can't put
heads.
too much of myself on them. That's why I'm looking at y'all and saying what I'm saying. I'm really talking to me.
Right,
Right,
Yeah.
right,
I'm
right.
really talking to me.
Right. I can't bump my head. Like I know a lot of parents, what I see the L is you raising your child to be just like you.
Right.
Or to chase a dream that you
Right.
showed at.
Yeah.
The children is not you though. They may be a piece of you,
Right.
but they're not all the way you.
They're not your decisions.
I know
They're not
somebody
your
right now,
likes. They're
and
not
when-
your, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
And when
trying
you
to get
see this,
that.
don't judge
Right.
me. You decide to put your son in football, play football. Congratulations. I love football too. Shout out to the football players. However, that child needs to be equipped with the tools to learn how to read.
That's right.
They
Right.
can't even spell the. You're not sentence structuring.
yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of men specifically making their sons play football. They don't even want to play football. You want them to chase his dream, but they have the inefficiency to do what? Know how to read. That's
Yeah.
a great
I
sadness.
saw
isn't
that
it?
a lot. My son played. He just played. They just finished.
Okay.
And like
okay.
you, like, I love football, but I didn't want him to force him to play football.
Facts.
Because at first, he thought the idea was cool, and then for his first game, like this guy dwarfed him, like huge, kicked his ass all over.
But he's touching something. You go
Wiped
ahead.
his ass on the field, and I was like, he was like,
But you right.
but he did, but
Finding that.
I wasn't gonna make him like that. Now I'm not gonna let you quit if you don't, because you still want to play. So I said, but if you don't want to play, he said, no, I'll go. He went to practice. practice again. Now he don't go a day without watching football. He loved, by the end of the season, he was a monster. You know what I mean? You know, and he loved it. But I didn't push it.
But you set up your child with you still making sure he's reading. Arithmetic, mathematics.
Grade while my son is off.
Yeah.
I see, I
But
love that.
another important factor in
that.
that is that he didn't put it on his child; he brought it out of his child.
Yeah, because
that's a difference.
He identified that
That's
this is
a
actually
big
something
difference.
that his child actually loved,
I like
which
that. I
just
respect
it
that.
relates to they connected, but he didn't force it. So that's the difference.
But
You
do
want
you-
to, you want to identify your children's gifts. Like you want to pay attention to them enough
Right.
to know their likes and what they're
Their
interested
dislikes.
in and what they may,
Yeah.
so when they get when you see them gravitating towards things that bring the happiness or they get thrill or
Right.
whatever from, you want to pull that out of them. You don't want to make
them,
who you
yeah,
want them to
yeah.
be. Yeah.
Right.
I feel that.
I feel like you just gotta throw things against the wall until something sticks.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
you
You're gonna
really-
try many things.
Right, because you don't know what he gonna, like my son's big, like football big, but he might want to play tennis.
Right.
He might want to play, so we gonna try all of that.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
see what he like,
I think most important thing what a lot of adults fail to realize is let your children be children.
Yes.
A lot of adults, they have the expectation of the child to be like an adult. Prime example, even now. Earlier, his son came in front of the camera. I know Major a little bit mad. I said, Major, man, you ain't gotta be mad. He's like, nah, man, I gotta turn him down, da 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 da. And I respect that. That's his fatherly approach. But my approach is let the children be children. You know what I mean? And I get it. There's a big difference between allowing your child to be a child and a child going into somebody's house, destroying things,
Right.
breaking up things. It got to be a
level of
measurement,
boundaries.
a level of boundaries. Yeah, it got to be a level
right.
of boundaries. But
because life has boundaries.
life
Yeah.
does have
Like
boundaries.
we
and rules.
I wholeheartedly believe in being free in your decisions and your choices. But understand that if you make these kind of choices, this might happen. If you make these kind of choices, this could happen. As your parent, if I'm trying to set you up for the race, I'm not gonna just let you
Yeah.
Facts.
take
facts.
that because at the end of the day, you know for a fact that a low frequency energy, that negative being that constantly making bad decisions for yourself, if you don't direct that into a positive path, you're not pulling the best out of
Right,
your
no.
kid.
Because
know?
negativism
Yeah, I
is
agree. You're
easy.
not.
It's
It
so
is.
easy.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not, we don't do participation trophies. I'm not that, like that. We don't have a participation trophy mentality in my house.
Right. I don't even like that.
Like you do
mentality.
bad, like we don't reward bad
No.
behavior.
Not at all.
Because once you start rewarding bad behavior, then they think, okay, I can mess this up and I can still,
It's a lack of accountability.
right.
Right.
Because you end up teaching them that early. Oh, I can do this and still get this. That's still gonna take me to the movies.
Right.
That's still gonna take me to the park. He gonna get mad for a minute. Like, nah, dog, this.
But can't you be
he's-
honest and say that it's tough as a parent though to really stick to those boundaries?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's tough.
Like it ain't as cut and dry as it sounds.
Nah,
I'm
it's
not
tough.
there yet. Like I got a 2-year-old and a 10-month, so I'm not really there yet. But I can see that.
It got tough.
It hurt me
Oh,
when
I crossed the gun line, boss.
When I
I crossed the gun line, boss. Oh, yeah.
I ain't gonna
yeah.
lie, but that whole notion when my mom used to say, when I spank you, it hurt me more than it hurt you. I understand that now.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
won't understand that. I understand
I
that.
fully understand.
I'm like, damn.
I think I
wanna-
took what was in my house as examples, like the slavery. Like somebody got to take these.
But let me tell you, in
Yeah, make y'all
2022, kids do not react the same. It got tough for me because
now that's heavy.
right,
That
is
they're
true.
exposed to so many things and they are really in connection with themselves, like their emotions, how they feel, what they think. They have opinions. They got all of this, perceptions of their own at very small ages now, right? And my oldest son, I was very hard on him, but I was very hard on myself. So let me point that out.
Right.
I've always been very hard, like very tough, very not too emotional. You know what I'm saying? More logical than anything, right? And then I have my son, my first son, and he adapted to my ways like this. my structure, my order. He followed my rules. Now, as a toddler, he was kind of out of control, but as he got old enough to comprehend, I hardly, until this day, hardly ever have an issue with my oldest son sticking to the boundaries, right? If I spanked him, he wasn't trying to get another spanking. Like that was it. But then I had my second son.
And how you said it, I already feel like I know what it's called.
He crossed every boundary.
Hey, shout out to that's a little sincere.
That's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
baby.
that's my.
I tell everybody, Sincere is gonna surprise the world because he will be a phenomenal man. I'm telling you. But he has always been extremely rambunctious and very headstrong, opinionated, and emotional, right? But he would never follow the rules, always step out of boundary, and I'll spank him. Well, after a few years, now I'm in therapy because this kid thinks I don't love him. The whole time I'm just trying to.
What's his zodiac sign?
He's a Gemini. He's very emotional.
Gemini,
and he takes everything personal.
Of course he does.
So I wasn't communicating enough with him during those times of discipline.
Mom, you spank me for what?
Yeah, like I'm just being
why
me.
I gotta get
I'm
this
just being
spanking?
me. Yeah, I'm just having she don't
What?
you don't like me. You don't
Yeah.
love me. You know what
I've
I'm
gotten
saying?
that before.
Yeah. So it has gotten tough.
I've definitely gotten that before.
So how do you and I'm not gonna say how do you because I don't know. I'm not gonna say that because I have learned now how to implement those boundaries and stick to them and still be a positive enforcement
Right.
to let him know that I love him and all of this is out of pure love, right?
Right.
It has gotten difficult because of that.
I gotta commend that as a taking that step as a parent to take that time out.
I went to parents
professionally try to figure try to walk through it. What I'm saying? That takes a lot. So I gotta commend that.
Well, I'll be honest. I commend men and what you guys contribute to our society as Black men. Because as a woman having to raise boys without a man in the home.
Say it again.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It can be very difficult because the male influence is important.
Yeah.
People.
Boy, say that one more time for the people in the back.
The male influence is extremely important.
Boy,
that's a fact.
Ain't it good to hear facts?
Yeah.
What's the percentage of your agreement on that statement? 1 billion%, ain't it? Right?
3 million.
Yeah.
It's very important.
It's very important.
I had a moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
No, you good. I agree with her.
I took it in.
It's because it has been tough, because as a woman, I am not a man. No matter how tough I was, none of those things was out of natural being. It was from my reaction to trauma. I was tough. I was strict. I was hit because it was my reaction to my past trauma.
Right.
Naturally, that's not me. I'm loving, I'm calm, I'm nurturing, I'm the peacemaker. I'd rather not. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather communicate it through. So having to learn balance and really step in a position that is not me has been a challenge.
Right.
But I've had to do it because, as y'all know, I'm not just going to be with any fucking body just to have a man in my house.
Right.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
It has to be the man that's for my family. So because that had not yet happened, right? Then I have had to learn to be out of myself. Now I have to be try to give male structure and still be an emotional
being both
mom.
the man and the woman of the house.
That's tough.
It is tough,
I
especially with boys.
Because really, like the old saying goes, to be a man, you got to see a man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
right.
I
believe
that's
that.
a big thing right now.
Because the thing about it is, what a lot of women don't understand is, you could be that single mom in the house, but he's still gonna look for that male structure. He ain't gonna find it in the house, but he gonna, and he might look up and find a positive. On the flip side, he might not.
Might be the streets.
Like I was fortunate. I was raised by my grandmother, and my dad wasn't there. I mean, we were civil. Like he just, God bless his dad. He's like, we were cool. So I'm just ain't like down him. This is just my situation.
Yeah.
But like I lived across the street from the fire station. So like I used to always be at the fire station. Firemen like weights, used to watch sports. And my uncle lived with me for a short, for a while. So like I had father figures, I just didn't have my father. But like I saw a man. My uncle taught me how to do drywall, taught me how to do brakes, taught me how to change oil.
Mm.
I mean, I suck at all of that. But at least, I mean, but he taught me.
Drywall is tedious though. Shout
He
out
taught
to
me
the
how to
drywall.
cook,
That
you
shit
know?
tedious.
Jack of
man.
all trades, master of none.
Yeah,
That's
but you
right.
know, like you know, like if I had to change my brakes, if I had to change my oil, I would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, this is the simple fact that a man took the time to do that.
That's right.
You know, so it's like I got my
Shout out to the men.
It was the love in
That's
it.
right.
Yeah, like I got
It
my
was the
5-year-old
care.
under my roof now. Like, you know, his mother wanted me to stay with him. You know what I mean? And it took a lot for her to let go of her baby to be under my roof, and I'm not going to let her down because she gave me that opportunity. You know, like she was dope. Like we were together, and you know, when we split, she never put me on child support. She never badgered me. She
Shout out to
never
her.
kept me from.
Shout out to
son.
that. That's
Yeah.
that part that never kept you.
So now that
Shout
I
out.
got him, I told her, I said, I'm not asking you for nothing. You know, if you want to send something, you can. I don't ask her for a dime.
That's real.
And every time, like, cause she never kept me from my son. Like, you know, if I want to call, if I want to see him, no matter how fucked up I was, like when I was broke, because I've always felt like time is more important than money.
Have you always been respectful to her?
Always. Well, minus the time. That's not TV. That's not podcast.
Well, outside of the relationship,
outside-
once
no.
the relationship was over.
Well, we were friends before. So, like, I knew her, you know, 5 years before we even got together. So, like, we had friendship as a foundation. You know what I mean? And, you know, so, like, we had that. So, like, once all the, you know, you got to go through the ugly part. Once that subsided, like, we became friends again. You know, like, that's my dog.
Pain
You know,
is
that's my
necessary for growth. That makes sense.
Yeah. You know, and now I have a daughter with another woman, and like it's, you know, they're civil. They both talk. You know, they know I'm a good dude.
That's scary.
I ain't never been. No,
That's beautiful.
It's kind of scary though.
Well, in my situation, it's not between these two because like
They
both
get along.
Yeah, because they
Love
don't.
them, okay, that's good,
because
then.
they don't have a reason not to.
I got an
You know,
uncle. It's just weird, and he's a little bit weird. He got 5 different baby mamas, and I'm not going to say your name, but last time I've been
I'm
at
sure
his
he know
house,
who he is.
but you know who you are. I was in his house, and I'm like, yo, you got 5 of you got like 7 children, 5 of his baby mamas here, and they all getting along. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
But
What's going on? How is this possible? What's really going on?
Honestly, he was just fortunate enough to have.
He was
sensible
very
women.
fortunate enough to have
because
sensible
it's
women.
it's on the woman. It's not on the man.
Right.
You know, you got to be fortunate enough to have a sensible woman.
I feel like-
No. It
Any
is.
one of them can feel
I
any kind of
disagree.
way.
No. It is.
All
Feel any
5
kind of
baby
way.
mamas.
Disagree. I
I
disagree.
I'm not saying if the man did something to deserve
Yeah.
other. Let me clarify.
Let me hear your
Let me
statement.
tell you
Let me
why
clarify
I
that.
disagree.
Okay.
I'm
Let
gonna
me
tell
hear.
you why.
Pass
I
me that
disagree.
beer behind you. Let me pass me
Because
that.
I have a couple baby daddies myself.
Mhm.
You know, I have one. Now, I'll be honest with you. Neither one of them really. One doesn't help me financially at
I don't
all,
like that.
right?
That sounds.
And then the other doesn't really help me financially much, but every
Mm.
once in a while he does. The one that helps me every once in a while, even though he doesn't help, we get along. You
Right.
know, like if he calls, it's
How?
never well, I mean, what is it to argue about?
I mean, you can't get blood from a turnip.
I'm just saying. I'm saying like, how is that a friend if they see you? Can you imagine? Like, let me just interject, and you can judge me, sis. You could say
Nah,
like
go
Tim.
ahead,
I ain't
bro.
like how you said that. What I'm getting at is, if he's a friend and he had a child life with you, how can he not make sure he be there financially? What does
I
that
agree
mean a
with
little
you.
bit?
I
Like,
agree
you know
with
what I
you.
mean? Is that really a friend? That
So-
sound like to me a frenemy.
I agree, but
You
this
know?
is my thing.
Yeah,
This is my
excuse me,
perception
one
of it, and you may disagree with this, but I feel like I choose my battles, and I choose not to battle over something I can't control. Right?
Okay. I
I
respect
can't
that.
control the fact that he's financially irresponsible,
Right.
but it's not gonna make me not talk to him or ignore him or say no, you know, you can't whatever with our son. You know, a lot of times he's in and out, but
Because who does that affect the most?
it affects my son.
Thank
You know,
you.
it's not my energy towards it's not my intention for it's not my intention for it to be a conflict. Now for moving along, my daughter's father I do not get along with. But it's not because he's not financially producing. It's because he's extremely fucking disrespectful.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, when we do communicate,
that
it's hardly
respect.
ever the truth. You know, he'll never come out and say, "Oh, I just ain't got it right now," or "I don't." It's always a lie. It's always a story. It's always a, so for that reason, I can't communicate because it's not in
And
a.
even if you
That's-
could,
yeah.
would
In
you
a
want to
commu-
communicate with somebody like that?
Well, the thing is that
The
I'm not even
disrespectful part.
willing. Like I'm not willing to communicate back and forth with somebody who's just, for one, not gonna be honest and just real in the fucking conversation. Like
Right.
that, I'm just a real person.
But you can't take that away from
Right,
the
right,
relationship
right.
with the.
But see,
Children.
Right.
but I mean, in his case, like there is no extra effort.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'll put my business out there. Like it was at one point, like
You don't have to.
he will message me and or he did message me one night since our daughter was born. Like he was coming to visit. I was letting him come to visit. Like no problem. He wasn't giving me no money. He didn't help before I had her, so I was not tripping. So it was not about the money, right? It's
Right.
definitely the respect factor for me. But he left, and then he texts me at like 11:30 at night wanting to come over, and then I'm like, no. Then he like, oh, but I want to wake up to my
Oh.
daughter. And I say, well, why don't you let her stay with you sometimes? And he never, ever kept her, ever. There was no stay with him. He never said, oh, he didn't say,
I don't
oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I said, I'm not a fan. I'm
okay,
not.
let me pick up
I don't
my,
like that.
my
I
child
mean,
and-
and especially if you were willing to do that, like, because I've seen it.
I don't like that.
I've seen because I know I've seen situations where like prime example. I said I got 4. One of mine is not biological. He's 11. I've been in his life pretty much his whole
But he's
life.
yours.
I respect
But
that.
he's
That's
mine.
yours.
But I've been he's been under my roof since he was like 2.
Right.
You know,
That's
he called me
yours.
dad, all of that. But his dad.
It don't take.
And this ain't to throw his dad against like the wall and that crazy, but like to put it in context, like dad makes decent money, got a crib, like stable, and like had every opportunity to be in that same city.
How?
Like,
Right.
And don't want to be in a part of the child
But that's
life.
the thing. Like I feel like
I can't
if-
relate.
if
The
if
fuck?
the man want to be in his kid life, like he's really putting forth effort. Like yo, I'm trying to be in my, even like even my situation. Like I've never been to prison, I'm not in the gang. I've never did drugs, never hit a woman. You know what I'm saying? So
He
like,
drank alcohol though. Yeah, I know he had to drink alcohol at least one time.
yeah.
But-
I never said I don't drink. I don't now. I don't now because of my heart.
Right.
But
right.
I oh yeah, I used to.
You gotta
Jameson,
get-
Jameson was my best
Jameson-
friend.
See, you mix
You know.
you get the Jameson whiskey, and you get the butterscotch snobs, right? You pour that in a shot glass, and you chase it with OJ, and you get
With
the
the pan-
breakfast.
oh, the
bro,
pancake?
you get the breakfast shot.
I know what you're talking about.
Bro, You get the breakfast shot.
I drank mine like a cowboy. No ice, no
no
soda.
ice. Oh, yes, that's
Yeah,
some
yeah, I
cowboy
straight.
shit. God.
Midnight train to
Yeah,
Georgia.
yeah.
Jameson is a good whiskey though. Jameson is a
Yeah,
good whiskey.
man. I used to use that was my jam.
Yeah.
But yeah, like but I still, I still raised my, him like
Your
he was
son,
mine.
that's right.
But I used to have conversations with dude and tell him I'm like, look, man, I got an older son. I don't see blah, blah, blah. You got all the opportunity in the world. Like, she never, like, nah, you can't see him such and such and such. Like, I'm like, you got the best situation possible.
Right.
Mhm.
And I raised them. I still raise them. I still
Right.
help take care of them. My
Let me
Kevin, my son.
let me ask you
What up?
this question. If y'all had kids, what would y'all make sure y'all be there
Yeah.
more than just physically?
Facts. I have
Yeah, I
to. Like I'm
definitely
family
would.
oriented all the way around. With mama and pops on everybody's
Right,
side.
right.
Like,
I feel that.
yeah.
I feel like I a little
y'all-
different than I
Y'all
do
back
now.
back.
But I feel like as a longshoreman.
Y'all go back that way.
Go in the front
what
room.
you
Back
say?
that way.
Hendrix, go back
Go
that
in
way.
the front room, y'all.
Guys, come on now. We just had this conversation. Thank you.
I feel like as a longshoreman and being in Wilmington, being a longshoreman.
You a longshoreman?
Yeah.
Good God
The
Almighty.
connotation of families and money go together like
You ain't
hand in
kidding.
hand. So I just never, I wasn't like that because those families learn to have other families and deal with it. I gotta break a curse. You feel me? Like,
Right.
like
I feel that the break a curse. My
twit
family
card curse.
I'm telling you.
Hey, what you mean? I got a trick card. So what you mean the trick?
You find out you got
you call like
cousins.
the trick means trick.
You feel
That's
me?
what you get that right?
Cousins,
Okay.
really?
It ain't
Not
twicking. It ain't twicking if you got it.
Man, look.
I can't relate because I ain't utilize it.
Feel, Kel? How do you? Would you be there for yours?
Right, man.
I know
feel
Kev will. I
feel
know Kev
like
will.
I'd be
Being around
I'd be a
Kev,
change
Kev's
person,
so
man.
solid. Like I know
Kev.
Kev.
I know
will be-
Kev
That's a
will.
fact.
I give
Kev
a
would
lot
be a
of
good
game
dad.
away,
I
but
know
I feel
Kev
like if I had a
will.
child,
I know. Bro, I already
I would
know.
be like giving my child.
Can I put 5% of your business out there?
Nah, man.
I'll put
Hell
5%. If you tell me shut up, I'll stop immediately.
Nah, because I don't know.
So
you-
Kev had
Uh-oh.
Kev had a situation where he thought he may have got somebody pregnant, right? My man was calling the homegirl every 5 minutes, making sure, bro,
He was the pregnant police.
Bro, he was pregnant police.
Yeah.
My nigga was the pregnant FBI. He was making sure he was there. Yo, and then when he found out the child ain't his, yo, like, Kev won't admit it.
Y'all done went that far?
This is a minute ago. I ain't gonna go too much in detail. I didn't supposed to bring it up. I know Kev like, man, Tim, shut the fuck up. But I'm giving him his flowers on this perspective.
Right.
My nigga was there every level.
Nah, I still look out for her to this day. Like she needed a little something.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my son getting a temper tantrum. You know, I know how them terrible twos are. But yeah,
Yeah, I still
Kev
look out. I
was
still
there
look out
everywhere.
for her
I'm
to this
giving you,
day.
bro, you was there. You called. You make sure you had money, clothing, housing. You was there for the woman every way.
That's heavy.
And for her to come to you and be like, hey, well, you know, the child isn't yours. Bro, you won't admit it.
You owe me.
My nigga Kev. Because I was
I'm
there.
petty.
Y'all don't understand.
I'm petty, dog.
to the hospital. I went to the hospital with Kev. When Kev found out that child wasn't his, bro, he just was like, he looked cold.
That's tough.
He looked like he wanted to shoot
That's
something
sad.
up.
I'll be like, I see you in
It's a great
court.
sadness. But the way he handled it, the way
I had to
Kev
drink my
probably
coffee on that one.
Kev want me to shut the fuck up, but the way he handled that situation was the most realest shit. That's the realest shit I've ever seen. It's a lot of shit I can't speak about on the podcast
Damn sure
that
can't.
Kev done that's real.
Hey, yo,
My
my
client
son-
wants
my-
to sue now.
My son got hit by a truck.
That happened to you.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
He told me about that. So go ahead and explain what happened.
Yeah,
bro.
man. My
Damn.
he was just mischievous. Like we were about to get ready to go. I'll never
Right.
forget it. And he was like all the kids was outside in the front yard. He was like, "Can I play with the kids?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." You know.
Right.
While I'm doing the dishes, I'm like, "All right, we about to go pick up his mom and go pick up my son."
Yeah, that shit
my,
happened so spontaneous.
Right. And like
Kev said
But
you
he-
was in red, beyond red, Super Saiyan red form. He ain't never saw anger
I
like
was
that.
I was the Hulk fighting. I went with like 5 or 6 cops trying to hold me.
Wow.
What was it? How many, Kev?
Damn.
I don't know,
And look-
but
and
Major
look-
was like,
Yo,
they couldn't hold
because
it
they wouldn't
back.
let me
They
get
couldn't
because the
hold
guy that hit
it.
hit
He
him.
said, "This my son."
Yeah, he had like
Yeah.
a smug look, and I lost.
That's
I-
smug
like,
look.
I-
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, bro,
you
hit
can't be
my-
smiling.
my
Oh yeah,
child,
I hit your son.
Like my boy
Fuck
was
that.
laid out on the ground, like I lost it. Like it was nothing. But I remember shout out to Sergeant Pierce. I know him from working downtown. He said, "Major, stop. They're gonna put you down." We black. We know what put you down means. It don't mean no wrestling move.
No, nigga, ain't no.
Right. So
You gonna get that strap.
cooler heads somewhat prevailed. He jumped. Once he said that, once they heard him tell me that, they realized he knew me.
Yeah.
And like
Right.
I was all right, dude. You know what I mean? Because we was in the middle of the hood.
Thank God
You know
for
they.
that.
You know what I mean? We was.
Major was just at that
But
point
Kev-
where,
so
like, when
Kev
you look
came
him in
up-
the eyes, he just was like, I can tell he
I'm
wasn't.
glad Kev was because
Kev
Kev was
came out of
there.
nowhere.
He
Kev
wasn't
took me to go.
himself,
He was
man.
there. He took me to get my. He took me to the scene. Took me back to get my car. Like I felt like you
Yeah.
followed me to the hospital
Always.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, like
I remember Kev told me a little
Kev
bit
solid,
about that.
man.
Yeah.
I forgot he told me
And
about that,
it's
but I
crazy
remember
because
that.
my son that's here in the back, that son was this age now. Like my son here is 5, and my son them was 5. And it was crazy, man. I appreciate Kev, man.
But everything good? Your son good now?
Oh yeah.
Praise-
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey, go ahead and tell them what you got going on, Major.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. We
We've been diving deep in parental ideology. We got to switch it up a little bit.
So I got a festival I do every year. It's a hip hop networking festival. It's called Majapalooza.
Okay.
Majapalooza. This is my 10th annual festival. 10 years.
Whoa, wow. Shit, a decade.
10 years. Man.
So you started when I was 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you 31?
Yeah, 31. Yeah. 30 to the new 20. 31. 30 to the new 20 though. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm still 30.
But 40 to the new 30, 30 to the new 20. That's how it goes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We in our 30s.
Yeah, okay, good.
So yeah, I got this. It's multiple days, multiple venues, and it's really about networking, and bringing artists together with creatives and fashionistas and DJs and producers. Like we do a beat battle one night, and we have performances. Like my beat battle is gonna be crazy this year. I got skate beats. Shout out to Skates.
Okay. I heard of Skate.
He did the Jude Jeezy project that just came out.
Yo,
he did the song Big Snow.
Hey.
He did the song Big Snow. He did a joint on Fat Joe's mixtape.
That Jeezy project, fire.
Skates Beats. He did something on Lil Brother's joint. Rapper Big Pooh, not Lil Brother, but Big Pooh is part of Lil Brother.
Okay.
Did something on Big Pooh's project. He did something with did a lot of stuff with Cool and Dre. Like they used to do mashups.
Shit.
And,
okay.
So yeah, he won it one year, and he's coming back this year.
He trying to win again.
Yeah, but he don't really lose.
So my bad. Trying to do two-peat.
He ain't no joke. You know what I mean? And so I got him coming this year. I got a couple of other big indie artists. I don't say local. It's not my.
I like that we say indie.
I say indie artists. I don't say local because everybody's local to something, and local just sounds
local.
You know what I mean? Like we're all independent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you right though. That shit, dude. Don't call me a local artist, bro. I feel offended now. I ain't local.
And I got this new channel coming out called Slim TV. Support local independent music.
Okay.
So I'm launching that this year at Majapalooza.
That's what's up.
So Slim TV. So I'm gonna highlight independent artists. I'll be at festivals. I'll be at shows. Street corner interviews.
I know who I need to hit up when our music drop.
You let me know, man. You get a Slim TV exclusive.
So what does that mean when you say Slim TV? Like
support local independent music.
Fuck with that.
So I used to have Slim DVD because back when DVDs was a thing.
Yeah.
And we had drops. Drops from Wiz Khalifa, Killer Mike. I still got my Killer Mike interview. It's still on YouTube.
That's one man I want not battle.
Yeah, man.
Few people I want battle, y'all.
Killer Mike is such a dope individual, man.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with Killer Mike. We had a drop from Currency.
Because
I do a lot.
Killer
of
Mike is nasty.
I do a lot of concerts, and I'm getting back into concert work. I've hosted concerts.
Major also was. I don't know if he still do it now, but he's a battle rapper. Also do music too, so he
still battle rap.
I'm retired.
You retired?
I'm retired.
I'm the bar is heavy.
Player to coach, man. I'm Phil Jackson in it now.
Phil Jackson.
I'm Phil Jackson.
He's been doing a lot for Wilmington though.
I appreciate that.
I've been trying to get you on the episode for a year. I didn't know you do all of that.
Yeah, man. I've hosted concerts for Wiz, Currency, Big Crit, Freddie Gibbs. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
that was.
Man, I pulled up, 10 minutes before Wiz left. Look, man, that's crazy you said that. We literally, my people calling me on the phone, we on our way back from Raleigh. I'm literally looking at 420 exit, and they yo, Wiz in here, he about to leave. I said, yo, I'm on the way. We coming from the back though. I remember that.
420 exit is not just a regular exit for you potheads. It's actually a real exit here in Wilmington. All right,
in the I-40.
On 540. Don't be trying to judge.
Yep.
Shout out to you for that, bro. I actually got to see Wiz, bro.
I appreciate that. I hosted Mobb Deep. That was dope.
Oh no,
man! Rest in peace, Prodigy.
Rest in peace, Prodigy. Gosh,
I got a dope Prodigy. I'm gonna tell you why Prodigy's so dope to me.
Gosh.
So I've lived back and forth, in New York, off and on forever. So I lived in. It was I was just 2012. I lived in New York. I was living in New York. My grandfather died. I had to come back to North Carolina. I missed the Greyhound, and so I'm in Times Square. If you ever been to New York, Greyhound is pretty much right there.
Right there, literally.
So I was like, dang, I missed the bus. I'm late for my, I'm not gonna make my grandfather's funeral. So I go to the McDonald's. It's 4 a.m. And Prodigy walking there with just some homies or whatever.
Right.
It's 4 a.m, so like it's not jumping. And so prior to this, like circa 2001, 2002, I did a concert with him. You know, I mean, I did a concert with him and QB's Finest. Remember
Uchiwale?
Yeah. So I did a concert with them. So like, fast forward back to 2012, I'm in, we talking. I'm like, yo, appreciate you. I'm like, yo, we did a show together. I was like, I know you don't remember, but you got a North Carolina run. I did 2 cities with you. So we chopping it up. And I was like, I got to try to figure this thing. I had my suitcase and all. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I miss my bus, man. And da-da-da-da-da. So, he was like, dang. I said, yeah, my grandfather passed. Fast forward. 2013, I moved back to North Carolina. I ended up getting the call to host the Mobb Deep concert.
Word.
We in the green room and we chopping it up. I said, yo, man, it's crazy, man. I just saw you last year, man, Times Square. We was chopping it up. She's like, word. And he paused. He said, oh, shit. I remember you, bro. You had the suitcase. You missed your bus. I was like, yo, how did you really remember? Because once he said the suitcase and missed the bus,
it's a wrap.
I was like, bro, really remember?
Right. It's a wrap.
You know what I mean? So like, rest in peace, Prodigy. I'll always have that memory.
Damn.
The fact that he remembered was so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Prodigy is one of my favorite lyricists, man.
Yeah,
that's that man nasty.
Yeah, Mobb Deep was the soundtrack to a lot of my life, especially in the 90s.
Mobb Deep instrumentals is the one that, gosh.
That's one of the first raps I remember was the Shook Ones too. Like,
Shook Ones was the one that, I ain't gonna lie, that instrumental was, especially, of course, 8 Mile did actually put me even more on the Shook Ones. Yeah. But when I started hearing Shook Ones, I'm like, yo, this shit fire, bro.
I remember I rapped over the Burn Beat. It was hosted by K Slay.
Come on.
That's fire.
I did a Shook Ones part 2.
I did a mixtape hosted by K Slay, and like I'm on the Burn Beat, and he said, "Major League, let's do this, all right?" I still got it. Rest in peace, K Slay. Rest in peace, K Slay. That's
turning into Black History.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, dog.
I didn't see. I didn't.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah,
I've seen a few things. Like I've been in music. Shit. 99.
Damn.
Yeah.
So he came out when Cisco dropped that song. That dong. That's a scandalous.
Not only that, no one can't handle. A lot of local artists was here, like the artists that we don't have no more, man. Like talking about Wisp was still around. You know what I'm saying? We got Merc.
Yeah, Wisp was up and
there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people ain't here, like just from then to now. Like
back then, like if you rap, like it was a thing. Like, oh shit, he rap. Because everybody didn't rap. Like not everybody.
Not
raps.
everybody.
And I think like I look at like now, and I think that's why old heads or like they don't look at rap the same. Because back coming up with rap, like you had to be nice.
Yeah.
You had to have really your own be flow. Nice. You couldn't copy nobody's style.
Yeah, you couldn't do none of that.
A lot of niggas copy style and bar bite. You know who you are.
And now it's so like ABC. Everybody can do it. So when everybody can do something that's not dope.
It's watered down.
If everybody can pop a wheelie on a bike, then the wheelie ain't dope no more. Right. But the fact that some people can pop a wheelie and people can't is what you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everybody can ride the bike, but everybody can't pop the wheelie.
Right.
That's right.
And it's like that's like with rap now, everybody, like it's because they have made it so simple. It's with the beat.
Yeah. And even that it's simple though. You from the era, Chief. Think about it. It was a time where every rapper sound like themselves. Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z, KRS-One. You heard it all, right? Nas, Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep,
Scarface,
Outkast. Everybody sound like they own. Now people are imitating. So I mean, when I heard not knocking Designer, when Panda first came out, I thought that was Future.
I did too.
I thought that was Future. I'm like, okay, is that Future? No, that's Designer. Who the fuck is Designer?
Well, I mean, it's a lot easier to imitate than it is. And if you pay attention,
I don't like the imitation,
artists that imitate, they don't last long.
The imitation
they don't.
Ain't
you look at some artists, and people think, you got to look at the industry. Everybody ain't gonna make it long wise.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's facts.
You have to have an electric, something that.
Because you look at people when we were young that you thought would be around, like.
Nah, my nigga was Busta Rhymes. So that's what
anybody. He's kind of immortal. You got your Busta Rhymes, you got your Jay-Z, you got your Nas, but it's a very legendary small sample size.
But y'all just hit something without. I mean, you look at Jay-Z and Nas, you could mention them in the same sentence, but you forgot Cool G rap.
But Coogee Rap,
Coogee Rap
ironically,
implemented
but
mafioso rap.
But no, I meant more like longevity.
Yeah, yeah.
Ironically, he's dropping a project this year.
But the
I meant
like
kind of like a.
See, but Coogee Rap wasn't looked at as a young Nas, like his predecessor. You know what I'm saying?
Coogee Rap was probably one of the most underrated rappers of all time.
That's right. That's right. But Coogee Rap.
Some people don't even know who the hell Coogee Rap is. That's what he just satisfied.
Like the complex bars.
Yeah.
Like,
that mafioso rap, like, yo, I'm blowing chips in casino. Yo, that was Coogee. And then Nas took that and ran with it. So without certain people like that, I can't say that we would have a Lil Wayne without Soulja Slim. I can't say that we would have I gotta look at that.
I ain't gonna lie, Nas my nigga,
but you take it and you run with it and you give the game another level.
Right, I agree.
That's where we are now. We're at an impasse where I love certain things about hip hop because it's finally showing you something that you can't walk away from. Shout out to Charleston White. He's saying things that we should have been looked at. That not only
wait, is that the dude who's been beefing with T.I.?
Yeah, but outside of that,
you gotta bring me back because you lost me for a second. Shout out to Charleston White. Yeah. You gotta bring it back. You lost me a little bit.
Outside of that, we are at the point where we don't mind killing niggas. We don't mind talking about it, but we don't want to go to jail about it. We don't want nobody to go. We're looking at it as like, oh, we should be able to say this. No, we got, like you said, accountability, consequences. That's what we're raising our children to think. Like, we need to desensitize. We're desensitized to death.
Dude, the whole world
is desensitized to death.
YouTube and Facebook has desensitized everything.
Hendrix, stop running around.
Like somebody will die and like a meme will be.
Everybody's posting a video about it.
Or it'll be a meme. And it'll be like some R&B singer might die and like, they already got him like dapping up Michael Jackson. Some weirdo.
Yeah.
Like death is real.
Yeah.
And if you've seen death, you understand how real death is. You know, and people like they sensitize people. So many rappers have died. Like I was
watching. It don't even make no sense.
I was
every month a rapper died this year. Let that sink in.
That's crazy.
Indie and major. Let that sink in every month.
And what record label put out a statement saying, hey, we're sorry we caused it or we have anything to do with this because your loved one is our artist, but we don't, but they died. I'm sorry.
Let me interject.
You know what I'm saying? That's your artist. You took the representation.
I don't blame culture. I blame the record executives telling these artists.
You got to be able to put some kind of level on
They
that.
sit these rappers down and they say, oh, okay, I want you to rap about sex. I want you to rap about drugs. I want you to rap about money. And that's all.
Leo Cohen sat and
you sit there and be like, no. But then they fuck around and be like, here go a $7 million investment to rap about it. Most niggas going to say, oh, I take it.
So why do you blame them?
That's what I was.
We said, why do I blame who?
Why do you blame the ones that's offering the money? I mean, we all have a choice.
Yeah,
we do have a choice.
But if I'm giving it to you for free, you don't have to ask no questions.
But
you're gonna take it.
Very true.
I mean, it's the culture in the household to me. Everything started at the crib.
If somebody offer you $5 million to rap about drugs, money, and sex, you're not going to say no.
Leo Cohen said he looked in the camera and told people.
You could say no or say yes, but rap about it in a way that can teach the youth.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's different.
That is different, but they don't even. But you know what I'm getting at. They don't want that. They don't want nothing positive.
Leo Cohen, one of the execs of Def Jam, looked in the camera and told people and said, "I was asked, what do I care more about, the artist or the money or the entertainment, like them entertaining?" He's like, "Well, you know, I care about this situation, but this is what's paying my bills." Like they're telling you.
I got a problem with being a fucking puppet. I don't, that's like a nigga hit me in my DMs and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get your nails done. I want to get your feet done. I want to." Bitch, I don't give a fuck about your money.
They scream free you, but they ain't trying to free you.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't like that. I personally, and I can say this because I have definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Apes Cafe. I hope that you like, subscribe, share. But yeah,
I blame the people I blame the ones making that decision. Like, at what point are you gonna stand up for who the fuck you are?
Right.
Like, you just gonna keep being a public. In society, we need to put that out there. Let's not copy.
That's
and
hard. That's
imitate
hard
and
for a lot of
mimic it.
people who ain't got that mentality.
Well,
though.
that's
I agree with you.
Yeah.
However,
it may be hard, but that's a lot of shit. It's hard to choose righteousness. And I'm not saying I don't believe in right and wrong. But when I say righteousness, like just morally.
But this is, I mean, at least a lot of people don't know themselves. Like I could sit here at the table, let y'all know I couldn't be a cop because if I pull somebody over with a lot of damn drug money, I know for a fact, I know my integrity level. Some of that drug money gonna be gone. You know what I mean? I know for a fact. I can't speak about everybody else's integrity level.
I mean,
but
but he keeping it a buck.
I'm keeping it 100%.
No, I respect it.
That's why.
In that case, I just don't blame the executives. I blame the people that choose to sell themselves for that because you don't have to.
I blame both,
and I have empathy for both.
Right. Okay.
Let me say that because I agree on standing on what I believe and who I am. And at the same time, I'm a business owner, so I see how business is operated. You know?
Right.
Their job is to sell, revenue, capitalize, and they have a structure. A lot of companies have a system. This is their plan. It's like Chick-fil-A. When you go to their business, this is how they do shit. Every
Chick-fil-A do be on point.
Chick-fil-A is a well-oiled machine.
Exactly.
Chick-fil-A.
So to me, I look at it at the same time. This certain type of company promotes this certain type of music. You'll see that most of their artists kind of geared towards here. A lot of times that may be the case, and that is just how they choose to operate their shit. You don't have to be with them.
Right. Very true.
You could say no and actually believe in yourself enough to create an opportunity for yourself where you don't have to sell yourself.
But you just said a situation, you said believe in yourself, and that's a lack there. A lot of people say they believe in themselves, but they don't because their actions don't meet that criteria.
Well, a lot of people they're afraid to make the sacrifice. Like what people have to understand, and this goes from generational wealth to changing the music. There has to be a group of people that are willing to make a sacrifice with their career and their life for the next group. Right. And a lot of times you don't have for our let's just say all y'all do have kids. Okay, let's just talk about us three.
Get out the camera, boy.
For our grandkids, blah blah blah, to be wealthy, the sacrifice has to start with us.
Yeah.
And we have to understand that we're sacrificing for things that we're not going to see.
Right.
And it's like, you have to understand that. You have to know if you buy this life insurance policy and you paying $150 a month, you're not going to see the benefits of what you pay it into.
No.
But you have to know that you're going to put your kids in a situation so, that they're okay when you're gone so that they can put their kids in a situation. Right. And I just believe that level of accountability and sacrifices across the board. Mm-hmm. Like if you do music, you have to be the one to say, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do the drill rap. I'm gonna do the or if I
don't want to be everybody.
Or if I do the drill rap, I'm gonna talk about something else with that same cadence.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
facts.
Right.
You gotta dare to be different.
And you gotta be the one to take that stance. My career might fall off, but if I start the wave, somebody gonna follow and somebody else gonna follow, and us 3 or 4 that's starting it might not see the benefits of it, but at least we threw the rock in the water to start the ripple.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot of people. I mean, even me, I had somebody say, Tim, you make too much weird music. I don't know if I could fuck with you lyrically, if we even could make a song together. We live in a world where people judge, but you gotta be abstract and open-minded, optimistic enough to be able to fit in that avenue. Oh, I'm gonna go over here. It's a drill rap. Let me go ahead and bust a rhyme and bust a verse, whichever come first. Or let me go ahead and just keep a poetic melody. You gotta be able to be versatile. Versatility is really the most realest shit for me.
You gotta work on learning you.
Right. And that's facts.
Yeah, I mean,
facts.
A lot of people, and the thing with the industry now is because it's like the A&R is dead. Mm-hmm. And people don't understand what A&R is, artists and repertoire. Like coming up, you had a person that built the artist or turned them from a rapper to an artist.
That's right.
Like, okay, your name is Stargazer. You got to start doing some whatever.
Yeah, right.
Like you have to be like your branding and marketing and being who you are. And be like, nah, you can't do that. Without losing integrity. Like, okay, man, if you're gonna be this, if you're gonna rap like Mace, you got to be fresh everywhere you go because that's your brand.
Right.
Like people used to get on Lil Wayne. oh, he always drinking. You gotta understand, like,
look how many people who follow him though.
But what I'm saying,
who got a cup?
No. But what I'm saying is, he made his brand
Mm-hmm.
to the point, whether it's negative or positive. I'm saying, like, you can't. It's like now you set the template. You can't be nowhere without the cup. You can't not do the lighter flick.
Right.
You can't not have the tats because that's who you know. Like,
yep.
You know, you got the hold.
I gotta be tatless. I ain't got no tattoos because everybody else got a tattoo.
Well, I was afraid of needles.
But now you're an influencer.
Well, I ain't got no.
That's like
I ain't got tattoos because everybody else.
Tats.
I'm 31, no tat. I got family owned tattoo shop.
But here's the thing about
I told people I'm 42 on camera.
What's wrong? 42 is
old.
40 to 30.
Old.
That's not
That's
old.
wise.
Yeah.
I tell
my 42 is like 58. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot.
That's the case.
My experience makes me damn near 60.
If that's the case, then my 30 make me 60.
That's right.
I got a 60-year-old heart.
Hey,
nah, 50.
Yeah, so
I don't. Want
yeah,
my
I'm working
kids,
on it. I'm working on it.
I don't want my kids listening to Killers. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
you don't want your
now
kids-
we don't have A&Rs anymore because now they're going for what's really real.
Well, no,
right?
we don't have
They're
A&Rs
going out
anymore
there
because
finding-
music is so easy to make.
They're like, hey, you know, everybody talking about killing. Let's go find the biggest killer out
You're
here.
right, because NBA,
you know what I'm
NBA
saying?
Youngboy is like so popular. It's like the biggest rapper in the world.
But you can make
And it's
music in your
debatable,
house.
right? But then I don't like my son listening to NBA Youngboy.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Because then he start feeling like he in a struggle that he is his little privileged
He's
self
not even
can't relate
around
to it
yet,
all.
right?
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I've met people like that.
Yeah.
I come from the projects. I come from parents who are or used to be functional drug addicts. And a lot of some people wish they had my story. And I'll be looking at them like, what the fuck? What?
No, bro.
Yeah, we all know some.
You know what I mean? Like-
we all know suburb kids that grew up with a
You-
mom and dad that,
yeah,
that went on
wanna
to go
be-
sell like big drugs.
Yeah, so bad, bro. What the fuck?
I mean,
it's
shit
like,
just
bro, like-
changed. Shit changing your life.
Like people sold drugs because they had to,
Not because they wanted to.
not because they wanted
This is
to.
not the first
But
choice.
that's the purpose of life. You got to find your own journey. Like, hey, you got to find yourself. It don't matter who did what before you and how they did it. You can't live like them and they can't live like you. Find
Right.
your own way.
Facts.
But that, I mean,
Find your own
but that
way.
come with the artist situation. Like with music being so easy to make, you know, like coming up, like you had to go to the studio.
Yeah.
You had to like put in the work. Like now the studio's in your house.
Easy.
So like you can put out all this music without somebody having checks and balances over your work. You know, like
That's dope.
you know what I'm saying?
Control.
That's right.
That
There's no
part.
quality control.
Or not even I don't even like that ideology. It's though some people control too much. I don't want to just make hip hop. I want to stretch that boundary of my genre. It's easy to rap for me, but let me go ahead and go in the area that might make you feel uncomfortable.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's easy for you to say that because you are a more positive rapper.
Right. You're diverse.
I don't know. I don't like that statement of a positive.
You
Positive.
are.
Well, you're diverse.
I don't know.
When
I
I
don't know how I
say
feel about
positive,
that.
let me say. Okay, so I'll correct it. Then. You are a
Positive.
rapper who is in your own lane.
I don't even like the
You are
statement
in
of
your own
conscience
lane.
though. Like
I
we,
won't say conscious.
Okay,
I'll say
good.
you in your own.
I
lane.
like that.
Like
Okay,
you
okay.
based on how
That's a
you
broad
feeling at the
spectrum.
time.
I do right.
You know what
right.
I'm
I do
saying?
right
And
based
that's
on
the
how I'm
difference, right.
emotional. That's
Right.
very
So
true.
a lot of times,
I gotta
even
hit
if-
you. I gotta check your music.
you gotta listen. I was
TK
gonna
think
say,
it's weird
Y'all
as
got
hell.
me curious
No,
now.
honestly,
I
was
need to hear what's going
Tim
on.
is definitely, and I like freestyle rappers. Like I'll listen to a lot of freestyle artists because I like lyrics, wordplay,
same.
right? But when Tim freestyles, I feel like I'm listening to one of the greats.
And I
you
can't.
know?
I don't write shit and memorize it. I'm just freestyling.
No, so
That's
that's,
dope,
what I'm
though.
saying. I was like, damn, Tim need to be a part of his rap battle. 'cause
Bro,
that's
bro.
But I'm not a battle
I
rapper
never-
though. That's the thing. I
I
ain't
know
no
your
battle.
stuff is original. I never thought it was like you are your own
Right,
wave. Like,
right.
and that's
Yeah.
what sells. That's what people don't realize.
That's what sells. Yeah.
The reason
People
why
like-
Young Boy sells, he's not just a gangster. He had a whole album talking about his family. He ain't talking about
real.
no gangster shit on the whole thing.
That's real.
Yeah, a lot
So
of the shit be
it's-
so sad. You
I
know what
mean,
I'm saying? And
yeah.
I'm not knocking him. It's just that my son is only at an age where he's trying to identify with
Emotion.
something. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to
Yeah.
identify with something. So
How old he, 3?
He's 12.
I didn't
Oh,
think I
12.
would
Oh, yeah,
identify
yeah,
with 50
yeah.
Cent. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get shot 9 times, but
you
me
did,
and
but
50,
even I identify with 50
But you
Cent.
can relate
You
to
know
the
what I'm saying?
a struggle.
You can
Right.
understand
Right.
why he got shot 5 times.
We don't know how we identify with
Well, not
things
that.
until we walk into, until we
Right.
go through them. And
I
go
mean,
through
but
the
people
journey.
watch movies just like they watch music.
That's it.
Like people grew up on Scarface, Goodfellas,
Yes.
Godfather,
The world is
Casino.
mine.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
oh,
Like,
yeah.
so where does I guess maybe because music is different because like us black folk,
Yeah.
we watch Casino, Scarface. We're not from that culture.
Right.
You know, I ain't talking about the drug. We're not Cuban or we're not
No,
Italian.
Yeah.
You know, we don't deal
But
with the mob.
we
But-
relate to the hustle.
but we watch Juice and Minister Society
Right.
and Boys in the Hood,
Hey,
and it hit different.
That's
and it's
it.
just cultural differences.
Yeah.
And be
You know-
honest, they watch it more than we do.
Right. You know,
I like really,
They-
they really don't understand our culture no more than we understand theirs. But
You know-
we identify with each other. Our struggles are coming here and making.
But you know, y'all hit that one language we talking about is music, and that transcends
Yes.
culture and language.
yes,
Because
know?
authenticity is gonna sell.
Right.
that's right.
I can hear. I don't speak Spanish. I can hear one of my friends who speak Spanish rapping in Spanish, and I could tell based on his cadence and mood and tone that what if he's rapping aggressively. Okay, that's an aggressive.
Shout out to
song.
YB. I gotta give him credit, man. Like he done a lot in just the time of him being, where he was now. Like I gotta give him credit, man. That
yeah.
same, like I said, I never looked at 50 Cent like he was gonna be the man he is.
Right.
That's what Young Boy is right now to the culture, to the children, to the future right now. We didn't see 50 Cent getting from shot up to being the power executive.
I only know one.
But let him
it's
go
crazy
through his
'cause
journey.
There's only one person on this planet that I know that said that he was going to be that. My homeboy, Big Mike.
Come on.
Shout out my boy
Bosses
Mike
are
Acatano.
bosses. Workers
I
are
remember,
workers.
I remember back when 50 Cent first came out, and he told me, he was like, yo, and I was like, this is dope, but he not going back then it would have been like, yeah, man, he not going to. He's like, no, I'm telling you, he's the next.
Yeah, that's just my nigga though.
And I remember when I'll
I'll
never forget, man. I was driving to New York, and I had just got the new DJ Envy, and in the club was on that Envy, and I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "This joint is this
You
is
can find me in the
transcends
club.
time.
it was
I was
so
in the
different." And I just
But
remember,
50 nasty because he got that hook. That hook right in.
but just some beats and music and lyrics are marriage, and it was such a marriage
Right.
at
You
that
could feel
time
his energy
because
in the-
that
in the
beat
song.
you had never
Yeah.
heard a beat like that.
And just like
and
that.
that cadence, it was just like
Yeah.
when something is new and good, like it was too perfect. Like it was like the perfect rap song.
It is perfect.
It was unbelievable.
Mhm.
And I said, it's like,
50 Cent ain't lie.
I knew it was the biggest hit I'd heard since DMX. Since
Right,
Get At
right.
Me, dog.
And sad
And that's how I
as
felt.
Right,
Like it
right.
was like the biggest. Sorry, it was like the biggest hit.
Sad as
Sorry.
it is that
Since
we
Get At
came
Me,
through
though.
that.
I spit all the time. Let me tell you
We
something.
went through that era.
His writing, when it come to hooks, 50 Cent write dope ass hooks.
But let me just say this. Just like how you said that, we're 30. When we turn 50, believe that our great grandkids, as soon as you say, try to hide from the camera, I ain't going outside today. Every one of them grandkids, every one of them
I felt really
grandkids,
old because I don't even
is
know what he's
going to
talking
know
about.
that
Hey, look,
song.
I felt
It's
old
going
because
to
I don't even know what that song
transcend.
is.
It's
Yeah,
going,
yeah,
going
yeah,
to transcend
yeah.
time.
So
It
let me
is.
say this, since TK is, we see
Let me wrap
TK
it up.
is
My
feeling
producer
some
mad
type
at
of
me
way about
'cause
my
he-
comment.
He
okay?
asked me to wrap it up 5 minutes
I'm
ago.
just saying we
I'm
can't
not
relate
saying-
because we're not as young as we were.
I don't
We
agree.
can't hear
I don't
it as
agree.
we did. You didn't play 50 Cent Wangster.
But-
You didn't bump that. We bumped it.
I don't agree because, and this is my biasness.
She
in it.
knows she played it though.
I did,
Yes.
but let me say this. Most of the shit I was listening to, I actually could relate to.
Okay.
So you
I'm
listen
not
to
gonna
the
s-
what you listen to like Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Staples? Of course, Staples.
I listen to them.
Strong.
But I also listen to 50 Cent. And Jay-Z was, still is, always will be my favorite rapper.
Okay.
Say it again for the people.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yo, look,
Okay,
I love
okay,
Jay.
okay.
Jay, yo,
You know,
I love Jay, but I can't ignore certain
But
brothers.
I have
50
to be
was
honest.
bigger than Jay.
My life was different
Well,
when I
keyword
was
was.
growing up. You know what I'm saying? I really experienced a lot of the shit that I was listening to. I saw it. I experienced. It was happening in my hood. It was happening
Yeah.
in my family.
Yeah.
My parents were actually doing a lot of the shit that I was actually
Facts,
relating to.
facts,
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? So that is where the conflict kind of comes in with me and my son, is because His life is not that. And I don't have a problem with him being open to listening to all of these things. I only have a problem when I see that he is making it his and it doesn't belong to him.
Of course. Yeah, no.
And shout out to NBA Youngboy because he is a phenomenal artist as far as making numbers. He makes numbers on the charts. He put his feelings in the song.
Can I ask you a question?
Whatever.
Can I ask you a question before y'all y'all can judge me? What's more important, the numbers or the actual artwork?
And for me, it's the artwork, and that's why I don't fuck with NBA.
And I want to say something to
that.
As a kid going through emotions and another kid going through emotions, you're going to coincide and understand some things that somebody else is going through, but not yet you. But you can look through their eyes. You can look through their mistakes and pick up from their failures. That's what we all did growing up. We all looked at our grandmothers and didn't say they were perfect, but we took from their mistakes and we went from it. That's life.
Yeah, you saying that until your son walking through the hood with a book bag on his back and his pants sagging in.
And I did, and I'm alive. Because my life didn't go up.
But everybody can't say that.
Everybody can't say that.
Everybody can say that. You say you're alive.
You going out the car and not down the hood, but it ain't got nothing to do with your driving this for 16, 20 years.
I don't agree.
Shit happens. Life happens while we all plan shit.
How old are you?
Life happens.
How old are you?
32. Life happens when we plan shit. Am I bullshitting? Am I lying?
Hold on.
Can we predict our deaths? Can you predict your mother's death?
Yeah, but you don't make yourself a target.
While we plan things. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, them kids, like the kids that are our kids, like that are talking right now, they're not growing up in the same world.
Right.
Just like we didn't grow up in the same world.
But can you put your world on theirs and their world on yours? No, because you're growing up in two different times.
I could put my values
completely.
Because the one thing that
principles.
Because the one thing that doesn't
principles. That's all I could do.
Because the only thing that doesn't change is human nature.
That's why you cuss when you got out the door of your mama's house when she told you don't cuss inside. Right. You got to live life.
That's why human nature is the only thing that
gotta live. I gotta live.
I'm not gonna let my son make himself a target.
No.
If you drive,
you can only pray that
let me say this.
They gotta live.
If you drive in a car, you're not a target. You may live or die, but you haven't created yourself to be a target.
Okay, but people have been in cars and gotten killed because of somebody else being in the car.
I have drove an 18-wheeler.
But that's
shit happens.
That's more of a
Can I finish my statement?
That's more of a conversation about control.
Right.
That's not. Y'all are having two different conversations.
That's what
if you can't control your actions and your death in your life, how can you control another one?
Put it like this, bro.
Come on. As much as you want to hug somebody and keep him right here, I can't keep this man here till 4 in the morning.
So we should.
No. Okay, so what I'm saying is this. Okay, prime example.
You gotta understand that they got. But y'all gotta go about it in their own
having two different conversations.
That is separate. Like you figure if I'm driving an 18-wheeler, when I'm driving an 18-wheeler and I got explosives, I mean interject. So the other day I had 55,000 pounds of explosives on the 18-wheeler, right? So I'm 55,000 pounds of explosives. I'm delivering it to a military terminal, and they could blow up this whole block. Like it's really that strong. What I'm getting at is I can't control that if it accidentally blow up or not. However, I can control only me safely moving it through.
That's only your principle and only your guidance. But you cannot dictate how that person lives the rest of their life.
But if you miss, but the one point you is missing though, if I don't move it through that traffic right, that shit could still explode. Like if I don't teach my children the right principality, they could still get fucked up.
Right.
What does the pastor tell you? Let go and let God. But there's nothing you can do to control your life, period. We can believe in heaven or hell. Have you seen either one?
But that's,
hell no.
But that's
what I'm saying.
No, I've seen hell though. I've seen hell.
But you haven't seen it physically.
I feel like Earth is hell.
That's what I'm saying.
I do feel like that sometimes. But I think
we can only go off of what people said.
But you saying it, but you're missing the point.
I'm with you.
Hold on, brother. If you in the military, they don't just send you out there with a spear and a shield. They teach you how to shoot a gun. They give you a gun. Mm-hmm. They give you a bazooka. They teach you all of that.
Right.
Yeah, you may not come back alive, but they give you the tools and proper guidance and how to, so you can come
But they
home.
trained you all together though, right? So if some of them come back and the rest of them didn't, what does that mean? Does that mean they were trained properly? Does that mean that they didn't duck when the other person should?
You're missing
That
the
means that
you're missing the context. You talking about
probability.
Right.
Actually. You going into the topic of
like
probability.
this is.
But no, I'm saying it in the same sense of you raising a child.
Right.
It's no okay. If I'm training the army, I'm training them efficiently to do what they're supposed to do.
That's what we do to
So
kids.
if something happens to one motherfucker and they were trained the same way, can I blame the whole goddamn infantry on me training them?
You can.
No, that's another.
It doesn't mean you right or wrong.
That's not
but
what
you
you
can't. But
No.
you can't. You
When you
can't.
though.
No, when you're a boxer and your trainer then gave you everything to go in the ring, if you get knocked out,
That's you.
but that's not on the trainer.
That's right.
Because the trainer can go to sleep saying,
That's
I did
what I'm
everything
saying
I
about
could.
this
You see where I'm going?
situation. That's what I'm
The
saying
tr- look,
about
the tr-
this.
but-
I did everything.
The trainer
That's
can go.
what I'm saying.
But
We're not
that's-
saying it no differently. I'm just a little bit more
As you say the
abrupt
difference.
about it. But I'm saying the same shit.
But you got to understand, the trainer ain't saying you can't get knocked out.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm going to do everything so that you don't get knocked
That's
out.
all I'm saying. No matter what you think you could plan for your child, you can't.
Right.
You can only do what you can for them. You can only train them and give them the best
The
you
question
can.
is,
That's
before
what she said.
Mayweather went into professional boxing, how many times do you think he got knocked out?
But I ain't gonna say, don't go in that boxing ring, motherfucker. They're gonna knock you out.
Right.
That's life. They gonna get knocked down. That's what the point of life is, to figure
Hendrix,
it out
stop
yourself.
running around.
How many times can I take this blow? How many times can I fall
So
down
how
and
can
get
you
back up?
how can you relate this to saying it's okay for my child to put themselves in a position of danger and I'm just gonna let them? Relate that to me saying relate that to how you making this debatable when I say until your son is out here with his pants sagging and a book bag on his back and he walking through.
He need to put up some
I
pants.
need you to relate that
Right.
for me.
Yeah,
I need you to relate that.
Boy, Maverick.
Like I said again, you trained them.
Go sit
You
down, go sit down
show
for a second.
Hold on. You trained them.
Go
You
sit down.
you made them be who you feel like they should be. All of that. But then you put them on a bus. Put them in front of 50 or 100 other different people with different individual personalities and everything. Is your child gonna be the same child when they get back home?
Depends. If you the thing
I
is,
mean, influence-wise and all of that, peer pressure and all. Let's be real.
the thing about it
Is your
is,
child going to be the same child when you get back? Can you guarantee
fundamentally
your child's
more
the
than
same
likely.
child that
Fundamentally.
you sent out the door?
No. Foundation-wise and fundamentally, yeah.
I can tell you one thing, though.
Foundation-wise, yes.
It's too many
Like if you-
factors. Nah,
like if
argue
you
too many
teach,
factors.
like if you teaching a kid, yes sir, no sir, wash your hands, such and such and such, those stay with the kid.
They stay with them.
Now he may go
They
off
stay
and do
there.
something else, but that doesn't negate the fact
That you did what you were supposed to do by them.
that's what we say.
If
That's what I'm saying.
my child
That's what
was
she
But
said.
that's what I'm saying too. But you're hearing it differently because I'm
Yeah.
saying that they're going to still go out there
But see-
and cuss soon as
but-
they walked out your
but
house.
see, this is the
after you done
difference.
prayed for them and everything, sat
said
down,
pray-
cooking breakfast.
No, that prayer-
Man, fuck mom.
I don't care about
Yeah,
that.
she was just, but it's real because they're adolescents. We're
said
grown.
At the end of the day,
In the
at
name of
12,
Jesus.
I can
We
redirect
hated
that.
our parents. Be real.
At
We all
12,
wanted to get out
now-
of the house. Be real.
Now,
look,
if he was
Damn, he
18,
just said-
Right.
19, even 17,
different.
18, 19, 21, that's something I probably could not do anything
'Cause-
about.
and you-
But at 12, that is definitely something I can redirect. So I don't
12
agree
is
with that.
young.
I don't either.
12
Because
is that
because
color.
at the end of the
12
day,
is that color
all
when
they
you
gotta
got
say
that
is
foundation.
this, bro.
You have a bigger probability of coming back.
18 than you did at 11.
Nah, I'm just trying to tell
That's
you.
the real truth. You ain't gonna be able to control them
If you-
more 18 than you did at 11. They're
That's-
gonna be way worse. They're gonna
That's
already
neglecting.
have all of
That's
those
that's neglecting the
individual
fact that
things.
environment plays
it
a
all
big
comes
part
down
in
to
their
What I'm saying.
growth.
I'm
So
not, there's
I
no
don't
disrespect
agree.
here at all. I just want
Yeah.
y'all to see the.
But all come down to
We
nature.
all did that shit as kids.
It all
We
come
all
down to-
were like that as kids.
It
Let's
come
be
down to
real.
nature versus nurture. And the kids of this generation is quite different from the kids of
Absolutely.
when we was
Absolutely.
kids.
Are.
Exactly.
This is
That's
a
what
this
I'm
is
saying.
a
You're trying
different
to-
world.
I got mama,
Hey,
daddy,
hold on,
grandma.
hold on,
This
hold
is
on,
such a
man.
different
Hold
world.
on,
Who
man.
I am.
But it's all
Damn, let
come
me
to-
say something one time.
Oh, go ahead,
man.
go ahead, yeah,
God damn.
Kev was like,
I'm about to
my
damn get on my phone.
Sorry, y'all, some lunacy.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, that's just like our parents used to be listening to a bunch of, you know that I'm living. So everybody was like loving, trying to find a relationship. You got to get with the time and age. I tell people all the time, you can't dwell in the past.
yeah.
You can't try to ride the past forever,
just
though.
gotta
So
learn
you got to
from it.
kind of get with the
That's
program.
It's
You
a different world.
got to get with the program, really.
It
And
is-
at the end of the day, it is my decision to create a reality in my home that does not consist of being affected by other people's reality and
Right.
perception.
Right.
That is how I choose to live myself.
Yeah.
So that is how I teach
That's
my
your form of
children.
And
parenting.
honestly,
That's it.
I
And look,
agree with that.
and that's the key, because they go off what they see, not what you
That's
say.
right.
You could tell them yes, ma'am, and that's science. That's not even
Right.
That's not even debatable. That's science. Like babies and children go off what they see.
Mhm.
You
Very
know,
true.
You could say yes, ma'am, go wash your ass. But if you dirty as, I mean, like, Dad, dirty as hell. He talking about wash my ass.
Hold on,
This
let me
smell like-
interject, Major, because I know my producer want me to cut this short. He's ready like it. But I want to get back to I want us to get off the parenting situation because
we went off on a super tangent.
When a super tension, we had people with children arguing with people without children. It all come down to, I love that he said science. The science is nature versus nurture. That's a different topic. I'm gonna go back to what you said.
We'll say
earlier.
that for the next segment.
It's a whole nother that's a whole nother rabbit hole. If I'm an artist, which I am, and I want to do some form of a performance, what do I have to do for your festival?
With me?
Yes, sir.
Like you in particular,
Let's
or the
just say-
proverbial you?
Let's say if it was either me or even somebody at the table, because
Well, if you
everybody
wanna-
at the table is
Well,
artists.
if you want to do something Majapalooza this year, you beat, because this is week. You beat.
What about next time in the future? When's the next time?
I mean, really, you reach out and like my assistant runs the email
Okay.
and she'll tell you what you need to do.
Okay,
You know,
word,
because
word.
you know
He said he big boss and my homeboy said assistant. I fucks with that.
Well, he can't do
He can't do everything. I
You
know. I
gotta-
fucks with it. I got an
I got
assistant. I
kids,
don't
a
have
job, a
I
band,
don't
art,
have an
a
assistant.
business, you know, an
I'm just-
LLC. I'm building.
But
You
fat
gotta learn how to-
platform.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
You know, so but
He said assistant though.
I mean, but
fuck with
everything
that.
is funneled through them. It's still me. You know what I mean? So like if you, basically tell them about yourself. Everybody say send some songs.
See, that's why it's so
because they need to know where to place you too. Because different days have different lineups.
right.
So
right.
they don't want to put Most Def in the NBA YoungBoy
Right.
lineup.
That'd
So you
be-
can't just be like, yeah, you can perform because you
Right, right.
signed up. We need to know what you sound like, and we need to know if you quality or you not quality.
Let me interject, which is why
Because we do have G League performances. That's what we
G
call it.
League.
We have the G League.
I'm trying to be on the
Like, that don't
A-League.
mean you trash. That just means you need to get a little more prepped
Right.
before you. So we,
Well, let me interject on this note. This is why I talk to my producer. Shout out to the producer, DJ Barbarian, who's producing this episode. And every episode for the Great Apes, he's the main executive producer. What I'm getting at is, I asked him the other day, I said, bro, when we can't just drop mixtapes. Let's do videography with the mixtape. Nobody's dropping a mixtape with videography. He's like, all right, yeah, I might need to do that, blah, 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 blah. So if I'm able to send you a video of not just my music, but my actual videography of my performance, would that be acceptable?
yeah, I mean, because I can still hear the music,
Word.
if you don't send the video, I'm just gonna be like, that's a dope video.
No, so
It's not gonna sway me,
right. Oh, I see what you're
because
saying.
that's a different conversation.
Right.
Now,
right.
if you like, I need your help in marketing, management, branding, and you
That's
send me
different.
a video, that's a different conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
But the video is, I do realize, and I talked to a few people on Indeed. I want y'all artists to be very careful about dealing with some people on Indeed. There's a lot of scammers out there. But anyway, there's a lot of
Boy,
scammers.
don't get me started.
Be very careful. But when I had somebody said, whenever you have the video, it will let me know how marketable you are. And I like that statement, but at the same time, I didn't like that statement.
But I'm not. I mean,
Not that I'm asking for
no.
marketing.
Like,
Right.
but if your video is dope, that could just be on the dude shooting the video.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
if a dude dope with the camera, he can make you look like something
Well,
you're
shit, my
not.
producer he disgusting. That nigga nasty.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So
My
like,
videographer nasty.
but that doesn't have anything on music itself. Like, I
Facts.
need to know. Like, if we let's just say, look, man, I need help marketing. Could you help me with my brand? I need to, I managed for a short stint. I managed a really dope group, Rebels No Savage.
Okay.
And I still.
I like that name, Rebels No Savage.
Yeah, shout out to Evan and Basil, man. But I met them on a whim, and they were college kids, and they made college hype music, and I wasn't going to change that or try to change that because I wasn't in college anymore, and I'm not young. I would just get my,
So it was making like frat party music.
Yeah, kind of like.
Shout out to the frat party.
Kind of like, yeah. I mean, yeah, because they would turn up like
frat parties back. Good God Almighty, frat party.
Like Drake.
Good God Almighty.
Drake meets Travis Scott meets.
Yeah, like their music was just
like
hype.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Okay,
like,
Lil Uzi
like
Vert.
really high energy.
Okay.
Yeah,
like just. I mean, but they also had melodic. That's why I say Drake meets Travis Scott meets Lil Uzi Vert meets Juice WRLD. Like they had
RP.
They had a lot of that. But I couldn't change that because like you were saying, like there's certain things. Now to that point, I'm 50-50 with you. Okay. Because there are certain nuances like I don't understand anymore because I'm not at that age. Kind of like how you were saying, like young people get young boy, and we don't.
What Biggie Smalls said, RIP to Biggie Smalls. Old school, new school need to learn though.
You got people talking about Tupac ain't nothing. Like you got kids.
That's
talking
scary
about
to me.
That's
so
like,
that hurt my heart. I hurt my heart so much.
Right.
But
I adjust.
Shame on the parents that have artistic children that don't teach them hip hop history. That is terrible.
But I ain't gonna like.
I'm sorry, that is so
I ain't gonna like
off the
Jerry.
subject.
But that's a conversation within itself.
Goodness
Because
I'm not gonna like Mahalia Jackson. It don't mean Mahalia Jackson didn't mean something to my granddaddy. I just
know the
didn't
difference
like
between
us. That's what I'm saying.
But you know the difference between
But
listen, you know the difference between our generation and their generation? We didn't go around saying, man, Mahalia Jackson trash.
Yeah, nigga, like Tupac, I just don't like him.
They just be like, he trash. I'm like, how you can't say that?
Nah.
Like young people be like, Jay-Z trash. I'm like, you're
no.
But now, can you say that on the podcast?
Yeah.
Like,
we don't mean no negativism.
Yeah.
But it's different times.
But you can't, like the lack of respect in households has transitioned to everything else. Even
why?
Music.
You want to know why? Because them damn 80s, in the 80s, everybody was doing Coca-Cola, no soda. And somehow now you have the aftermath.
Bro,
all these damn crack babies.
No, I say that all the time.
Okay,
no, I
all these
fully
damn
believe
crack.
that.
Do you believe that?
I
believe the same damn
agree
thing.
that.
I believe the same damn thing.
This is the real remnants of the crack babies.
Absolutely.
Because now you have the parents are the crack babies. Like the parents now are the people that grew up with the crackhead parents.
God forgive me, because I damn sure
You get what I'm saying? So like you got you have leaders that didn't grow up with leaders.
That's true.
You have a lot of our generation, the 30-year-olds and the 40-year-olds, they left the 20-year-olds and the teens to fend for themselves. To fend for themselves, excuse me. Like you growing up, like I remember I tried to sell weed in the hood. And I had an older dude who was like, man, you ain't gonna sell weed out here. Not around me. Like, you rap, you dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you young, you ain't, like, nah. Right, like, did I eventually keep weed? Yeah. But the point is, there was somebody out there to say no.
Right.
And, and I, because there were checks and balances, I never went off the deep end with it. Like, they don't have that now.
A lot of people don't have check and balances.
They gonna stand on the block with you. You know what I mean?
The new generation, the only problem I have with the new generation, shout out to my cousins, I'm speaking to y'all too, is y'all I'm so easily to dye y'all in a different color. I could put you in black. I could put you over here. You so easily manipulated. Yeah. And that's a great sadness. Yeah. That's a danger to that. I grew up in a neighborhood where there's Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings. You know what I mean?
Right.
I never got manipulated to be in a gang. In fact, I don't like gang culture. If niggas who really understand that gang culture life, there's no such thing as you're gonna enjoy it. There's no positivism out of it. You know what I mean?
They come from lack of family,
lack of self-discipline.
They want to belong, and I say that I don't say that from a negative connotation.
Inclusion is a hell of a drug.
People always
inclusion is a hell of a drug.
I was just about
to
say people want to belong
as
much as because I'm somewhat of a loner, but you still want but I do have groups I can go to when I want to. Exactly. So people want to belong, like you want to be a part of something. That's why people join frats, that's why people join gangs. That's why people right. People sit at certain tables in the cafeteria. You want to feel a part of
I was a floater in high school. I said at any cafe, I wanted somebody to say something.
I can see that.
I could go to any cafeteria.
Yeah.
You say you think that for real?
No, I did.
But
that's me though. I ain't gonna lie. I could. Some days I sit with the jockeys about football. Next days I'm sitting about theater talking about we talk about how we supposed to set up some damn some shit. This is crazy. But anyway,
Look, yo, I can see we need about 5 episodes. We need like 5 parts.
We need to break it down.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, Major, I want in the future, the podcast members, we supposed to be dropping a tape soon. So you gonna be listening to some music from us.
I definitely like, and I help. Like I
everybody here is an artist, though. That's the funny thing.
Oh,
He's
word.
an artist.
Okay.
He's an artist. Even that dude, the producer, shout out to DJ Barbarian.
Oh, that's dope.
He does
Barbarian.
make instrumentals.
I don't
He raps,
I don't
he sings.
claim
He raps,
to be,
he sings.
I don't
He a
claim
triple
to be
threat.
Russell Simmons or like I'm entry level, just like I pioneered a lot of stuff in town, and but I like to network, like I
That's
like to
very
help
important.
artists because I'm at the age and the point where I have 20 plus years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I might not be able to tell you what to do, but I damn sure can tell you what not to do.
Right,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
right.
So like I tell artists all the time, like for one, you see like if you treat it like a hobby, it's gonna stay a hobby. And that's what separates, because the people that have the talent don't have the grind, and the people that have the grind don't like.
That's
and
very
that's
true.
You see a lot of talentless people, but they always dropping projects. They are, and the really dope folks, because they know they dope. They get caught up in the fact that they know they dope.
I think you 99.9% right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they get because I was nice.
I fell in the void of the hobby. Oh, he just subliminally talked about
I
me.
didn't.
Gosh, that hurt. Damn, my nigga. But you could tell he used to freestyle. Used to be a battle rapper. He dropping bars with no bars. Gosh, it's a hobby. Go ahead, continue.
But I just really feel like
hurt.
Damn, that's heavy. I see folks and I'm like, yo, you ain't serious. And my time. I tell people, time is the most important resource on the planet.
You could lose money, but
that
you can't get that time back.
That boy right there, time. Well, you gotta catch that.
Hey, look, because
it took me how many weeks to get your ass on that?
52. 52. But like, it's like time is so important to me, and I boast like person. I'm not gonna act like I'm not gonna act like I'm higher than thou. Because I get lazy just like everybody else. I get on bullshit. I
get home.
I have fumbled the ball on more opportunities than I care to ever talk about.
That's fair. You got how many children? How many children you got?
That's 4 fumbles right there.
Exactly.
I love my kids, man. I'm being funny, but
yeah.
He get home. I'm tired. He look. What?
They gonna look back and see this episode. I'm a fumble dad. I'm a fumble dad.
Nah,
yeah.
Really?
Kids, I'm telling you.
Right, you ain't lying. Yo, funny thing. I was on YouTube one day looking at some old footage of me, and like I'm rapping, nice for the era. And I'm like, and my son Maverick come in. He said, "Dad, that's you." I said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dad, you're not a good singer." And I was like, stole all my little. He said, "Dad, you're not a good singer." And straight.
Can you imagine though? Like I saw, like even the artists we look up to, the children who go into their life, be like, "Dad, you regular degular."
Yeah.
Blue Ivy Carter look at Jay-Z as a regular degular father.
Right.
Let that sink in.
She think he corny.
Of course.
That's so cheesy with the bucket hat. Dad, cut your hair.
Cut your hair. Right. That's
you know
facts.
what I mean?
That's
like,
facts.
Because that's dad.
There's a beauty behind that, though. Could you imagine if the world already hold you at a pinnacle, the last person you need to have you at there is your children.
Right. Like my dad, my son looks at me like until he sees, like once he started hearing people call me Major and not my wrist, like, why do they call you Major? Oh, this is my nickname. You know what I mean? Like, it's my nickname when I, oh, okay. Like one time he saw me like it was a tree in the driveway and I picked it up. He never looked at me the same again. Like, oh my God, Dad. You're like Dad, super strong. The tree was heavy, but to him, I looked like the Hulk. And he was just like, and ever since then, he still tells people like, Mom, Dad picked up a tree. It was crazy. And
right.
I'm gonna let you tell that story as long as you need to, son. That's right.
That's right.
He say it's not heavy.
That's right.
And then we actually do
half a ton.
We do the investigation. We investigate on that tree and come to find out the tree's actually 800 pounds. Like, what the hell? Would that change the narrative?
Right. A dead bear was laying on it.
Yeah.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Apes Cafe. I hope that you like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. And I apologize to my producer for going over time, but it couldn't be helped. they start talking about some shit about parenting and nature versus nurture. Oh gosh.
And look, the music conversation is a pod within
That's
itself.
facts.
You know,
Facts.
so
I was trying to get on that, but when they talk about
I mean, we definitely need to come back and talk about the state of hip hop. I'm definitely
the
because
state
I
of
can talk
hip
about
hop.
music for days, man. But I love music. Like my mom was a DJ, my grandma was an opera singer.
But
You know
what
I mean?
before
Like,
we actually in this opera singer, opera is
New York
fucking
Grand
real.
Opera.
Yo, that's
Grand
fucking real.
I've been in Carnegie Hall.
Gosh,
I met
Carnegie
the
Hall,
maestro.
yeah.
He's passed away now, but I met.
That's a
Vincent,
whole.
so-
Shout out to opera singers. If you really understand what the training they have to do to make sure their vocals can stretch and
My grandma can
the
still
vibrato
sing.
that
86 years old.
That's so dope.
that
Okay.
vibrato, you gotta. That's some training you gotta do.
86 years old.
And still hit that vibrato.
She's still around.
Gosh,
Nice.
that's singing from the gut for real.
She is-
Golly.
Yep. Shout out to my grandmother up in the Bronx.
Most definitely.
What before we end this episode, what do you think your perspective on the state of hip hop is? My producer looked at me. I'm
Ooh.
sorry.
The producer's like, bro.
I know.
I'll keep it short, producer. DJ, I got you. He like, bro.
That nigga looked at me like, man, I'm about to kick you off.
Nah, it's gonna go wherever the youth want it to go. That's like, that's really what it is.
What does that mean, though?
But I do think, it's just like,
They the ones driving.
they're the driver. Now, what I do think about hip hop that's slowly starting to happen is the subgenres. And I think what needs to happen more is subgenre, because rock isn't just rock. It's punk, it's emo, it's ska, it's EDM, it's metal.
Screamo.
You know what I mean? They got the metal, they got the alternative, they got the, grunge, and
Grudge House.
and rap is starting to, do that.
Yeah.
You got your trap, you got your backpack, you got your drill, you got your, trap soul, you got your drill and B. You know what I mean? You got your
that's a good way of looking at it.
you know what I'm saying? But I think once we get over the blanket of it,
Because I dipped on the
hip-hop,
subgenre.
I think it'll be easier because there's pockets for everybody. Like if you like Youngboy, that's cool. If you like Griselda, that's cool.
Right.
Because it needs that for it to be more 50-year-old rappers. And we have to get out of the, oh man, no, that just ain't your joint. That just ain't your jam.
That's right.
Because people still go see Pink Floyd.
People still go see Snoop Dogg.
Right, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
Snoop, Nas, Hov,
I don't even treat them like
look, I'm hosting a concert for Rakim in 2
Rakim
weeks.
Word.
Yeah, shout out to
And
Rakim.
speaking of
Man,
Hov was
How
one
long
of the
would it
few
be?
that surpassed the
Goat.
youngin.
Goat.
Jay-Z didn't put out his first album until he was 30 plus. Like,
Facts.
come on, man, you never know.
Facts.
where
Ross
it's gonna go.
dropped-
It can go anywhere.
Ross didn't drop it till he was 30. Jay-Z dropped Reasonable Doubt at 26, like, with pretty much $1 million in his pocket already.
Yeah.
Everybody's journey is different. Now, the dope thing about now is, the bad thing became the good thing. There ain't no rules.
Right.
So if you 50 and you nice. Like, look at what
How old was 2 Chainz when he changed his name? His whole marketing?
he was 30.
Teddy Boy
He was
to 2
30.
Chainz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you look at,
Future. Hell, Future had been with Dungeon Family years before he was Future.
people don't, a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Future been with, like, Outkast, like, if you go, I can't think of the
I didn't know that.
There's certain videos you see him in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Ah.
Like, you look at Rick
Future
Ross.
seemed like he
Rick
gets the
Ross
future.
is in the Myth Bleak Round Here video.
Damn.
Oh, that's his.
Him and Pitbull in the Round Here. If you go back and look at he don't look like Rick Ross though. He don't have like his beard ain't
Yeah.
sharp. But when Trick Daddy's rapping, he's standing in the background.
That's
And Pitbull standing in the
Word.
background. Like you
I didn't know that.
like you go back to Outkast, Benzo or Beamer, you see the Yin Yang twins as damn near kids in the background.
DJ Khaled was just Fat Joe's damn DJ in Miami.
Yeah, man.
Now he bigger than Fat Joe. Like,
Right.
yo, you
And shout out to Fat Joe because Fat Joe still gets a check off.
Yeah,
because We the Best is under the Terror Squad imprint.
That's a
God,
fact.
I didn't know that.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
That's what's up.
That's why I used to hear like people like, why is Fat Joe on all these music? It's his label.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's why you hear him on Make It Rain and all of that. Fat Joe get
Get paid.
Yeah.
You get paid. That's what's up.
But that's the
man.
state of hip hop.
But that's
it's
gonna go where the youth go.
Yeah.
But you still gotta, OGs have to become
Elder
more,
statesmen. Yeah.
and somehow we have to build back the level of respect for the OGs.
But
because,
that's not gonna happen. Look where we at. I
Well,
gotta
hey,
interject.
Jeezy
I
just
gotta
dropped the
interject.
mixtape, man.
Yeah, it is fire,
to.
but this is why I disagree
I
with
didn't say
Major.
it's gonna happen tomorrow. It's not gonna happen tomorrow.
We gotta really work on that. Before we even work on respecting OGs, we live in a country that don't even respect geriatrics. So this is why I disagree with what Major just said.
That's actually a dope point.
1,000%. Look at how we treat our geriatrics. Please. In other countries, this country has, and look it up, don't just take my word for it.
That's heavy.
This country has more old folks home than any other country on this planet.
That's a fact.
Let that sink in.
That's really a fact.
We really don't care about our geriatrics.
That's why I'm glad I got a daughter. Look, because my son, if it was up to Maverick, he went. I feel like my daughter is more likely to make sure I'm straight.
Shit. Yeah, my son's like, so my daddy, I remember my dad back in the day gave me that.
It'd be all right. We'll go visit him on the
We gotta
holidays.
throw his ass in the old folks' home. Fuck
Yeah.
that. His ass is.
Yeah, man. He farting his
Damn.
sleep. He can't come stay with me. We go see him on Christmas.
But I don't like even my top 5.
Who is your top 5? Oh, hey, look, he's
Dead or alive?
all time.
Well, first of all,
Dead or
I separate artists from legendary. If you in the legendary status, I can't put you in the top. You legendary. You don't even. You in a different status that can't even be known
all time. Like Michael Jordan is legendary, but he's still going. He's still one. You know
that's too hard. That's too hard, bro. Like my top 5.
What is your criteria? Well, you go first. Tell me your top 5. I'll tell you my top 5, but I'm gonna tell you my criteria. Why?
Well, it's a legendary. I don't even like to put legendary people in my top 5. Legendary is like Busta Rhymes, Nas, Jay-Z, KRS-One.
In my top
10. But my top 5, I'm gonna start off with number 1. I would have to say is Jay-Z. And the reason why I put it number 1 is because it's not just the lyrics, but Nas second. All right, so Jay-Z, Nas. Y'all might question me and y'all might get mad. Eminem is my 3rd.
He's in my top 5.
Just because of penmanship. And if anybody who's a writer who understands when you have to break down words into syllables, and you start getting into the world of syllable rapping, you doing the most.
So you got 3 of my 5.
Okay.
I want to see
Busta Rhymes is my 4th one because of energy.
I knew you were going to say him because you talked about him the entire podcast. So I knew it. He's not in my top 5, but I knew he was going to be in
Busta Rhymes' energy is like, yo, I don't, even if you're not going to say, well, he ain't the most lyricist, he ain't the most consistent. I'm talking about energy. And he's still relevant to me. A lot,
he about
5th one.
Oh, boy.
Gosh, the 5th one. This is too hard. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I already said Eminem, Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z, and Nas.
You better say your man name before I say
Kanye.
Yeah.
You said Kanye? No.
He didn't want to put Kanye.
No. Kanye's my top
Oh.
6 though. But but I wouldn't say rapper.
got
Like
6,
producer-wise, sound-wise, engineering-wise, top 2.
That's a fact.
Top 2.
I like Kanye wordplay too.
But he used too many writers for me.
But you got to think he had a lot of writers.
He used too many writers.
But
But
that
that
don't take
top
but when he
5
break
because
around
of who my
too.
top 5 is, and actually Jadakiss is one of them in my top 5.
He's in my 10.
But number 5 is Andre 3000 for me. That's my top.
Andre?
Yeah, Andre 3
Outkast
Stacks.
is in my top 5.
Yeah. 3
Outkast
Stacks.
is one of my it's probably my favorite group.
Definitely favorite group
Yeah.
song.
My top 5, not in order. It's the ones
And
that
mine wasn't
deserve
in order either. I mean,
but Jay is 1. Like, let's clarify that. Jay's 1. Like the other 4 can fight occasionally for depends on, but Jay is 1, and I'll explain that. We're gonna make this quick, producer. I can feel the heat coming from over there. Jay, Big, Pac, Nas, M.
oh, yo. What big, yo.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because those 5 embody, like, it's like Madden. You know, across the board, they cover
How you
everything.
miss big?
Influence.
Shout out to
You know
Brooklyn.
what I mean?
They're like, what
sales, influence, classic albums, wordplay,
Presentation.
presentation,
Yeah.
impact.
Yeah.
Like,
culture
Pac,
impact.
I'm not a big Pac fan, but I'm objective enough to know that he's the most influential
Absolutely.
rapper of all
Right.
time.
So he's one of my
All
top
time.
10.
Because
Top 10.
there is, like, he's the offspring. Like, there is no Wayne without Pac.
Right.
You know what I mean? There is no, from Pac to Ja Rule to DMX to all these, that doesn't happen without Pac.
Right.
Big.
I forgot Big, bro. I
Big
remember.
Big was
I remember
different.
my projects when I didn't even know what happened. I was like 5 years old when he passed away, and everybody was just.
Oh, you were in Brooklyn. So you
yeah,
really...
I just remember my whole when Pop passed
Let me
away.
tell you,
My mom cried,
it's
and I thought that was my
debatable,
uncle.
too,
I thought that was my
'cause
uncle.
I get in arguments with people over the whole Pop Big thing because Big is my favorite if I have to choose between the two,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not gonna lie, I remember the day. Like it's so crazy. My friend was laughing at me the other day because I told him we was talking about like liking artists and ugly artists, and it's this thing like I say I always like ugly men, whatever. Anyway, I was really in love with Big, like the Notorious B.I.G.
Right.
Christopher Wallace. I was infatuated with him.
Yeah, Big
Everything
did make big
about him.
Big did bring big niggas.
He did. Like I was
He put
infatuated.
us on.
And to
Right.
be honest, I do. And then I went and saw the movie and was still crying like
I did the first time I saw it.
the first when
It's
I went to
sad.
see it in the movies.
Gravy
yeah,
did
so-
that.
But
Actually,
my
the
whole
movie-
point behind that was
I'm sorry.
because I'm back at what you were saying.
I wanna
and
say, I'm
Tim
mad, I'm
said
gonna
it
change
was
my top
everything.
five.
It was
God.
his persona. It was
Yeah.
the
I
energy
miss
he brought.
Big.
It was the lyrics. It was he made you love Biggie Smalls.
Right.
You know
And
what I'm
people
saying?
always say, well, he only had 2. Yeah, but it's 2 albums strong.
It's 2
95%
albums.
of everybody's catalog in the history. Like Ready to Die and Life After Death are so profound.
classics.
Ready
You
to
know what I
Die
mean?
was fire, bro.
Right. You know,
Perfect lineup.
they were, man. They were. They definitely were.
Did you have a lineup?
Oh God.
Damn, my man that Big
I just
ain't.
wanna
I ain't
go on
mentioned
record.
Big. in
My
my top
lineup is
five.
off of lyric. Like I like lyrics.
let's get-
so that's how Jada Kiss falls
But
in.
Jada,
is this
that's
a,
who you
but
said.
is this
Yeah,
subjective
Jada.
or subject? Because I have a subjective top 5 too. My objective top 5 is people that I think like
But
cover, like across the board without me having to like put my thought into
Yeah.
it. Like
Okay,
I don't
so-
listen to Pac and like I mean I grew up on Pac, but I'm not like a Pac
Yeah.
fan.
Right.
East Coast.
But I know Pac is top 3, top 5,
Yeah.
most influential of all time. I don't have to
the,
be
the amount of impact. I don't even put like Big is in a whole category out of my top 5.
right.
For me, if it wasn't for Big, I don't think I would have been this dope in freestyle.
But that's what I'm saying.
Him and DMX, like DMX made me cry.
But you look at Nas, like Illmatic is considered objectively the greatest hip hop album of all
All the
time.
time, right.
You know, I think It Was Written is better. That's another conversation.
It
But
Was
I
Written
fuck
was
with
my
Godson.
favorite.
Yeah, it was
Godson
like-
was that shit.
It Was Written I was in high school. I had a Mazda 626. You could tell me nothing.
Mazda 626.
Boy, yeah, buddy, the Green Machine. Son. But nah, like M really gets a lot of undeserved hate. You know, like
But who you said M?
Yeah.
That's good. But
Like,
if he was
word,
black,
but-
if he was black, what would happen?
I
But no, if he was
I
black,
love
he wouldn't be as
Eminem.
He
big.
wouldn't be.
Eminem is
Eminem
definitely
wouldn't have
one of
been
my
as big
top.
if he was black.
No.
That's a great sentence.
No.
Well-
He would be cannabis with better songs.
Mm.
And I'm gonna tell you, like you have to understand, Eminem is big because of his fan base.
This is very true.
But he'll tell you that. You know, and that's not a diss. You know, there's a reason.
No.
There's a reason Post Malone and MGK sell out arenas because you know when Eminem came out, like there had always been white rappers, but M came out first off under the perfect umbrella. You know,
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
You are the.
You know what I mean? He had the best cosign, you know, but I mean he held up his end of the bargain. It wasn't like, you know, Dre got him and tried to just like pop him out.
And it wasn't
he
like
held it. It
Eminem
was like
did-
he's nice too.
It was like,
Eminem
yo,
was nice,
listen
but he
to
gotten
this white
better. That's the
boy.
crazy
That's
part.
what it was like.
He was
It
nice,
really
but gotten
was.
better. He ain't even went Super Saiyan yet. All right, for you anime heads,
I'm
Eminem
sorry,
wanted
what
to
you said?
learn how to
missed that.
actually rap fast.
I said it was like, listen to this white boy. He fought like he was. So it was because I felt like him being white did have a thing because he came in and he took us by storm with his energy, with his lyrics, with his
Right.
cadence, with his creativity and his.
But even his
rhymes.
life, like 8 Mile, that whole 8
But
Mile.
His music was cool.
I
I
can
like Beastie
still
Boys.
listen.
But I can remember when I heard How My Name Is, and I was like, that's cool. But I remember because I sold CDs and movies. I was like the mixtape guy, and I remember mixtapes like that. I remember the DJ Clue that had Bonnie and Clyde on it, and I was like, he rap. I was like, How My Name Is was just before
Yeah.
everybody. I said, oh, he
Yep.
rap. So then I got the first time I was like, oh, he really rap.
Mm.
And then when that second album came out, I was like,
Marshall Mathers.
I was like,
Mathers,
when the second
LP.
album came out,
Yep.
I said, okay, like this ain't a gimmick.
Yeah.
This isn't a gimmick. Like he really rap.
Yeah.
Like he, you know, like this ain't, you know, like I like back then, like I rapped. I mean, I still, you know, I love lyrics back then. Like that good, like late 90s, early 2000s.
Man, I tell you,
Big Pun.
I like the Beastie Boys, bro.
No, I mean the Beastie Boys was
like far as like white boy rappers, man, they rap.
But they
was good.
But
Their music.
I don't even put them in the rap.
They shit live. They shit live.
No,
bro.
I'm saying they were bigger than rap.
Yeah,
like
that shit was live.
They had
like,
such a heavy. Like I like the Beastie Boys.
When they shit come on, it's like you be like,
Hey, but niggas don't still play Waka Flocka, but they bump that shit in Europe.
I still play.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
hey, let me go to the gym.
I still play Waka Flocka.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm just
Waka
saying.
Flocka
Like,
saying, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go get that money.
you ain't gonna hear hard in the paint like
here.
that over here, but you gonna hear it in Germany.
Germany,
Like
yeah,
you know, they bumping it like yesterday. But you got Beastie Boys, you got.
I just
Jada.
played hard in the paint the other day.
Come on,
I swear.
Come
I
on,
still listen to
nostalgic
Waka.
though.
Yeah.
And
It's
she
very
said, Jada, I gotta say this. Pimp C. Pimp C made the wave for a lot of people, especially out of Texas, like people that didn't get no shine, like Scarface, shout out to the Ghetto Boys. But motherfucking Pimp C was the first person to put dope on a record. I don't care. I don't care. You got Master P and all that, but Pimp C made it mainstream. Without him, you wouldn't have Gucci, you wouldn't have Thug, you wouldn't have none of, you wouldn't have trap rap.
But yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Because
I'm still Pimp C, bitch.
Because I put Too Short before Pimp C.
I was
But I'm pimping.
Too Short.
Pimping.
Too Short.
Oh, play it.
Too
That's
short,
what I'm saying.
Too
Pimping
Short
and
walks
playing
so
shit.
Pimp C can fly.
But Pimp C was a dope god. Pimp C started the
My stepdad was from Florida.
Yeah.
So like I was privy enough to listen to shit.
pocket
that I
full
would
of
have
stones.
never- Like I'm talking like back when JT Money was with Poison Clan. Like a lot of people don't even know about. Like man, I knew nothing about none of that prior to him. You know, like I was like, "What's Poison Clan?" And then JT Money came out like way later, and I was like, "Oh, dang!" He used to have Too Short and all this, like, because he wasn't a big New York rapper guy.
Right.
You know, Florida was just like its own kind of
Zone, damn.
You know what I mean? So like, I remember that. You know, and
Pimp C started that crack rap. Now let's keep it real. Because he was out here talking what other people didn't know about that side of hip hop. What people didn't see about that.
I go with
It was Dope Boy Millionaires that was 18,
Yeah, yeah,
17.
I
like,
see that.
you
Yeah.
never saw
Right,
that.
true. That's true.
UGK definitely don't get the flowers.
And that
Swear to God.
UGK, with
Shout
that
out
chop and
Pimp
screw,
C
they
and
put me on
Bun
that. I love chop and screw music.
I
First of
swear.
all,
But
I
you
listen.
know who don't get? You know who don't? You know what city don't get? I mean, they get respect, but Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis. Yeah,
They
Memphis,
getting
though.
theirs now, though.
Like,
they
yeah,
getting
oh,
theirs
oh,
now.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
reaching
they
out
do
and
get-
getting
Like
theirs now.
Memphis, man, like Ball and G. Come on,
Eight
man.
Ball.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Space
what does that
Age
mean?
pimping?
Don't make me
Give
give
What?
some
Body,
motherfucking
body,
body in
yeah,
here.
that was my
I'm a
Greensboro
shade.
days.
Hey, we
I'm
came up. I was about to say
three
Space
shots.
Age pimping.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, when you
Body
turn
them-
that Space
coming
Age
out
pimping
hard,
on,
all that.
that's a
man.
time.
That
That's
instrumental was
nostalgia.
fire.
You know,
Though.
I
Who was
was
the
in the-
producer?
I be telling people I was off the porch. You know, it's certain shit like
Off the porch.
you know, like people, like all these like new age Wu-Tang fans, like I was off the porch.
wow.
Like, and see, I come from you had to go to the record store.
Yeah.
You know what I
me
mean?
too.
You had to like Tuesdays, when albums came out, you would go to the midnight sale and you wait in a long ass line. And you would, man, like I'm from
Since you that era, I ain't had to go. I do
Honestly.
remember spicing a tape together one time because
But-
I was trying to get some music off the radio.
My first album was a
That's-
vinyl.
What was your?
Vinyl.
You remember what your
Mama
first?
said "Knock You Out." By
Okay.
LL Cool J.
Damn, Mama said
My dad
knock
was a
you
DJ.
out. Okay, okay.
See, my mom
That is
was.
a classic.
So like I didn't know. It's funny because I liked Sugar Hill, but I didn't know that was the same record. I just remember seeing the Candy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
The vinyls though, they had the instrumental on one
Yeah.
side too. That you don't got that no more. Like, yeah, it's a different time.
Ain't nothing like the first record. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this short,
Yeah,
y'all,
yeah,
because
yeah,
my producer
yeah.
mad. We got it, Major. I appreciate you coming out,
Hey
bro.
man, I appreciate
You gotta
guys.
come out more,
Y'all,
so-
y'all have something so dope here.
I appreciate it.
Like what y'all got here, man. Y'all, I hope that y'all can build on this and make this. You know, we're gonna have to get some big. We're gonna get some big artists up here.
Oh yeah, oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
And if you
Like,
need somebody to get interviewed, I don't mind.
Hey, Major, tell him what you was saying. Like you kind of like need some assistance if possible on certain stuff.
well, yeah. I mean, just hit me up, man. I mean, I'm on Instagram, Big Uncle Major.
Okay, okay.
You know what I mean?
okay.
You know, you can or you can email realslimtv@gmail.com.
That sound like a throwback.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Real Slim.
Real
Slim
Slim
TV.
Ah, fat nigga got real slim. real slim about that.
Hey, shout out to a Port City.
Yo,
Yeah,
shout
man.
out to that's what's up, bro. We've been clapping on a lot of episodes, but I fucks with this. This is a good
Right,
episode.
right,
I gotta
right.
I gotta hit you up on that notion when we drop music. I ain't to do it yet, but when we get finished.
And I'm trying to get. I transition more into film. Like that's my, like that's my career path.
Right.
You know, but I'm always gonna have a door open for any artist that needs help. Needs the vent. Needs advice. My take on something. If I get them in a venue, get them on a card.
Right.
Just, contact me. I'm really about helping artists.
Right.
Yeah.
My thing is, like I said, I want people to take the steps that I didn't. Don't do this because I did that. That was trash. Like, you're going to end up in a hole. Don't trust that guy. Don't trust guys that do this. And I'm, but film is really my thing now. Like, I want to start getting into shooting.
He's smart. Film is money, bro.
Yeah,
okay.
man. But I've always loved film, and I've worked in film just as long as I've been in music.
Word.
I worked on Dawson's Creek. I worked on One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill?
I worked on Under the Dome. My last project, I was a costumer on Our Kind of People. I wish they would have kept that show. That was dope. Me too. You know what I mean? That was that show was dope, man. They were all cool, boy. It's just the Autumn Castle. Yeah. But film is kind of where I'm at now. Shout out to all my independent filmmakers out there.
Okay, word.
BR Films,
Shout
Love
out
Life
Richard.
Films,
Yeah.
Four More Films, all them guys, man. Shout out to my boy Cap. We shoot, Big Wolf, all of them guys.
That's
man.
a fact.
If you, just keep pushing, like
Persevere.
I love creatives.
Yeah.
Like it ain't even got to be, if you got a dope clothing line, you're a dope poet, or, whatever. Like
Facts. I love. That's the whole point of the podcast.
Yeah, man.
I love networking with people doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. We appreciate, man. I'm happy you came out here.
Man.
This is Great Apes Cafe.
Shout out.
Do some shout outs here. Hurry up.
Yeah,
My producer screaming at me, but go ahead and
Okay.
do some shout outs.
Shout out to the producer. I gotta buy him a drink if he coming to Majapalooza. I got you. We're gonna get you some drinks, whatever you like. You know what I mean? Just not the high dollar, the house liquor. He like,
nigga, don't be coming for that white Hennessy. All right, shit.
Nah, man. Shout out my brother Hustle, my brother Torch.
Right.
Shout out my cousin Terrence, Beast Behavior, the running back club.
Okay.
Shout out my family. Shout out my kids. Shout out my brother Hustle. Shout out Barkley Hills.
Okay.
The whole Port City. You know what I mean? Shout out everybody doing their thing. Matt Keen at Gravity Records. Shout out my brother Doc Bless, who about to open the dopest mac and cheese spot.
Yo, mac and cheese.
In Georgia. Yeah.
Gosh,
man.
that's just sound
He got a
on
mac
point.
You remember Bless? My brother Doc.
Yeah.
Oh, he opening up a mac and cheese restaurant in Fayetteville, right outside of Atlanta.
Crazy.
It's like a couple weeks.
Well, shit, I like macaroni and cheese.
So they have like the buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Gosh.
Surf and turf mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'm about to be gassy as a motherfucker too.
Shout out my brother Doc and his wife Nick, man. Good luck on that. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned with that. Y'all in the Atlanta, the Georgia area. Out, go check it out. But shout out you guys.
I appreciate it. We all appreciate it.
No doubt.
This is Great Apes Cafe. Great appreciation for people, entertainment, and success. Deuces. Don't let the door hit you. Have fun and drive safe.
Drink more water.
Stay hydrated. Electrolyte.
You said hustle like me.
Yeah,
Nah, I can see it now. Boy, come on, man. You do them shows with Glad and Bronco and all